I'm Snoop Dogg, and I'm giving up smoke. I know what you're thinking. Snoop, smoke is kind of your whole thing. But I'm done with it. I'm done with the coughing and my clothes smelling all funky. I'm going smokeless. Solo stove, fixed fire. They took out the smoke. Now you can have a nice blaze without any clouds ruining your day. Go smokeless. Go to solostove.com. Tell them Big Snoop Dogg sent you.
Are you dealing with a personal injury? Don't go it alone. Turn to the experienced team at Phillips Law Firm. Their attorneys have helped thousands of clients get the compensation they deserve. Call Phillips Law Firm now. Call 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. There's a video, and you got to check this out on the BJ and Migs page of KISW.com, because this woman, she's on Twitter, and she's reacting to a woman that named her dog Chucky, and I don't know how she feels about this.
That's a beautiful dog. What's the baby name? Chucky. Oh, hell no. I know you didn't do that to that baby. Your name Chucky for real? Come here, baby. Man, if my mama named me something like Chucky, baby, I would bite her ass. You understand me? You look too good to be called Chucky, baby.
She doesn't look like a Chucky?
Hell no. She didn't even act like Chucky. Are you sure you wasn't watching Chucky?
I kind of want that woman just to just have her own YouTube series where she just talks to people in the park.
Definitely. I mean, what a great take. I am just so excited to basically listen to her talking about anything.
Yeah, it could be just randomly. I wish I had that kind of, I don't know, just zero F's given, just to just start talking to a random person and giving them a hard time. Yeah, you got a cute dog. That name's stupid.
Yeah, and really, she's got a point. I mean, it's like, why would you name your... I think it's funny that you name your dog after Chucky. I mean, that is kind of funny, but at the same time, it does say something.
Well, I mean, did she name it after the movie Chucky, or was it just a coincidence?
Yeah, that's the thing. But when you think,
why do I care this much?
Yeah, I mean, it's like now, if you name your kid Karen, you got to understand the ramifications. And Chucky, to me, is a very iconic name.
Man, if I ever have to name another dog, and if it's a really yippy kind of just jerk of a dog, I think I'm going to name it Karen.
Yes.
What's your dog named Karen?
Oh, I know so many dogs that could be named Karen.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm with you on that one. I'd like to rename some people's dogs named Karen. Wow. I'd like to do that myself.
Dude, I love the new dog that we have. Everyone wants to say hi to it because it's adorable. It's this cute little puppy, and everyone wants to play. And when you say the name of the dog, tell everyone the name of the dog, they're just like, what? Because I have to make the point. I'm the dog's name is DJ, but it's actually DJ Strawberry Head.
Yes.
And people get fired up. People remember that name. It's kind of crazy. I'll run into someone and, how's DJ Strawberry Head? I'm like, how do you remember that name? Because it's stupid.
Yeah, exactly. And the origin story is that the kid got to name it.
Yep.
I mean, that's also a great part of the story.
I think my favorite part was going into the vet. We go to the South Hill vet in Puyallup, and we walk in, and the two ladies that work at the front desk just go, DJ Strawberry Head, as if it's an actual celebrity, because it's just such a ridiculous name, and they see it on the computer, and I think they get a kick out of it.
Yeah. It is who lets you do what you did, and that is go, all right, kid, you get to choose the name.
A lot of parents, apparently. We've had a lot of texts, even Thrill. He let his kid name their cat. I can't remember what it was named, but it's kind of ridiculous.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, I never had that power. And I never gave my kids that power. It's like, no, you're not going to name anything.
The thing when you said it, that you walk into the vet and they do that, I just want you to have an air horn when you walk in.
Dude, they say it like DJ Strawberry Head.
He's a big star. He's a big star now.
It's a she, BJ.
Oh, sorry, DJ.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why I keep thinking, because it's probably DJ from Roseanne.
Yeah, see, you got to think DJ from Full House.
Thank you. That's a good reset. All right, fair enough.
Donna Joe Strawberry Head.
Donna Joe Strawberry Head.
Although I remember Halloween, we were walking around Sumner, and somebody's like, what's your dog's name? And I said, DJ. And the guy looked at me, BJ? Like Shay? And I'm like, no, gross.
That would be horrible.
I think he realized who I was. And at first I was like, why would I name my dog? That would be funny if I named my dog after you, though.
I don't know if I would be insulted or complimented. That's a hard one. It's knowing how I feel about dogs, I wouldn't know how to take that.
If we had a boy dog, I guess it could be a girl dog name too. BJ.
Oh yeah, BJ, Bobby Joe.
Yeah,
I mean, I am a Bobby Joe anyway, but you could put an IE on the end, and make it Bobby Joe. Like I'm from the South. Yeah, I don't know how I would feel if somebody named their dog after me, because you know how I feel about dogs, so I feel like it could be a slam.
Well, yeah, maybe that would be the bridge to liking dogs.
The bridge. Oh, yeah, you know what? We got to first break down the Berlin Wall between me and dogs, then we can build the bridge.
Yes.
All right. We got a man that survived a crocodile attack in the most incredible way possible. Steve's going to tell you all about this. He's got the Migs report for you at 6:17 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
I'm Snoop Dogg, and I'm giving up smoke. I know what you're thinking. Snoop, smoke is kind of your whole thing. But I'm done with it. I'm done with the coughing and my clothes smelling all funky. I'm going smokeless. Solo stove, fix 5. They took out the smoke. Now you can have a nice blaze without any clouds ruining your day. Go smokeless. Go to solostove.com. Tell them Big Snoop Dogg sent you.
Are you dealing with a personal injury? Don't go it alone. Turn to the experienced team at Phillips Law Firm. Their attorneys have helped thousands of clients get the compensation they deserve. Call Phillips Law Firm now. Call 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.
Lovers, your local lingerie and adult store has gifts of pleasure for partners who know it's nice to be naughty. Turn up the heat this holiday when you shop at any Lovers store. Let our knowledgeable team help you select the best pleasure presents and save 20% on your purchase with Lovers Afterglow rewards. Just mention Love 20 at one of our 18 Western Washington locations. Offer valid with free Lovers Afterglow rewards membership until December 31st. Some exclusions apply.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle, presenting Green Day with the Smashing Pumpkins and Rancid happening at T-Mobile Park on September 23rd. I think that's next year.
We got no. We're getting you into a DeLorean. We're going back in time to see Green Day.
You get me a TARDIS. I'm going to go travel in time in a blue box in a DeLorean. I love this.
Get you over there, man. It's going to be awesome.
What the
That's right. Where we're going, we don't need roads, Marty. Just Green Day.
We just need 1 minute.
Give me a break. 1 minute left.
So listen all this week to get the code word. And, once you get that code word, you're going to text it to 206-803-ROCK. That's how you get shots at winning these tickets to the show. And this morning, 847. That's when I'm giving you a code word. 847. I know what you want. You want info.
What the
I know, Billy Joe. We'll get you the info. Just go to KISW.com.
Well informed on the issues of the day? Not this guy. Live from the KISW News Center in downtown Seattle, this is the Migs Report.
Well, thanks, you guys. Thanks to Palace Law for giving us the Migs Report today. It's a day to be nice to people. It's World Kindness Day.
Nice.
You have to be nice to everybody, not just here in America.
Oh, really?
You have to be kind to people in Canada, unfortunately.
Yeah, see, I don't know, man.
Which I'm not going to do.
What happened?
I went to Canada over the weekend, and the fans at All-Star Wrestling were not very nice to me, BJ.
Oh.
They started chanting, "You have no hair." And I looked at them like, what?
Wow, that's...
What? No, I don't have hair. You guys are crazy. You're right.
I mean, after what happened with Will Smith and everything, are they really going to do that?
The entire place, couple hundred people, kids, BJ, all chanting,
And
"You have no
kids.
hair."
What kind of parents do they have up in Canada?
And I look at all these people, and one guy just randomly takes his shirt off and just starts flexing at me. It was not a fun experience.
That's a very interesting move.
I told him to put his shirt back on.
Yeah, that's...
It's blinding me.
Wow.
The whole room's going, "You have no hair."
That is fantastic and horrible at the same time.
So what did I do? I said, you know what? You're right. And I took my hand, I wiped my sweaty head, and I chopped my opponent with it.
That's gross, man. Okay.
That's the fun I had in Vancouver.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to be kind to them. But it's also Start a Rumor Day.
Oh.
Do you guys have any rumors that were started about you that you can think of? I have two, thanks to this show.
Yes, I do.
What rumors do you have?
Thanks to this show.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Of course.
All the rumors about you are true.
Yeah, of course they are. Yeah.
Went to prom with your cousin?
Yeah, of course.
Is she coming to Live Day?
Yeah. You know, it'd be
this Friday.
I should just get somebody to come and have them be my cousin.
Oh my gosh, you will.
I should just hire somebody.
That would break all of us.
Yeah, it really would. Go, guys. Okay, you were right this whole time. This is my cousin.
And then waiting for you outside the Snoqualmie Casino on Friday will be a snowman that will fight you.
Yeah, well, you know what? Didn't somebody dress up as Olaf? Somebody could just Olaf me to death.
Oh, great.
There you go.
Yeah, mine were obviously inappropriate relations with animals.
Oh, I forgot we did that about that. We made a t-shirt.
No, you, not we.
Well, I can't wait to take this as a group effort.
You started a rumor that I was having sex with my own animals, my dog.
And then we made a t-shirt, which was the most epic t-shirt ever.
It sold well.
I do feel badly, though, because Steve was like, when he joined the show, and he was like, nobody told me this was going to be the storyline. And I'm like, I'm sorry.
Had a coworker point blank ask me, are you really having sex with your dog?
Yeah.
And that was the moment where I'm like, this needs to stop.
Or do we need to get rid of the coworker that's that
one or the
naive to think that, yes, and we're bragging about it on the radio?
That must have been the most mind-blowing thing for that person.
It's like,
they're
what?
hearing this like, wait, they're bragging about it?
Yeah, of course.
They made shirts about it.
Yeah. I do remember, though, your line was the greatest line ever.
What was that again?
It's a simple master-dog relationship. It was really a great
punchline. On the
punchline.
shirt, it even said it was a simple master-dog relationship.
It was really, for a while it was a great bit, but then it had to go away.
Well, speaking of relationships with animals, let's talk about this Australian man who said that he survived a crocodile attack in the most interesting way possible. In fact, I'm just going to let Colin explain it. Obviously, he's got an Australian accent, so hopefully he can pick up on what he's saying, but this experience just seems bonkers.
Lashed onto me, and it was a big grab, solid. He shook me straight away, shook me like a rag doll. He took off in the water about 3 meters. I jumped in the air and kicked him in the ribs behind the front shoulder. And I managed to have a bite. And then I actually missed most of what I was biting at. It was all heavy head, heavy bone. And my teeth slipped up and I got all of the eyelids. And I jerked back on that and had about a second go past and he let go.
So I'll translate.
Yeah, can we get Ozzy Osbourne to help us with that? What the hell?
Apparently the crocodile bit him, and he bit him back. Woo! He bit him on the eyelid.
Damn.
That's pretty insane. I guess
All right.
he did, though, suffer a really bad leg wound, but it's on the mend, and they believe that he's going to have a very good recovery from all of it, so that's nice.
Yeah, I think I don't know if I'll ever go to Australia. There's just too many of that stuff.
Oh, is that what's keeping you there?
Yeah,
is that just keeping you from there and Florida?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, dude, yeah, Florida was not fun.
Then, in the news, there's a nice guy in Maryland because, you got to love people who lose their mind at fast food establishments. And this guy, it was at McDonald's, and he was caught on camera destroying a McDonald's and harassing the employees all through the drive-thru window. The reason being, well, you'll hear him. Here he is talking to the employees.
Shut it down right now! Give me some food! Food! Give me some real food!
He's coming out! He's cooking you for
That right there! No thanks!
I mean, he just wanted his food, guys.
Wow.
Real food. I don't know if they were giving him fake food. Maybe it was like one of those little toys that looked like a hamburger.
Yeah, I feel like, what?
The best way to handle that is to bite the guy on the eyelid.
Yeah, that's what you do when somebody comes to the drive-thru like that. We learned that. Damn, dude.
What the hell? What the hell's wrong with people, man? I know you're hungry, but they're going to get you your food.
Yeah, that's
not fast enough.
Wow, it's not, okay.
Give me my French fries.
Yeah, I've never had a serious situation where I've needed food that badly and that I couldn't wait for whatever the time was.
I almost feel like they need to have like a bowl of snack-sized candy, like the Halloween-sized candy, and just like little Snickers. And if people lose their mind, like, look, I know you're impatient. Here's a little Snickers to calm down, buddy.
That's a great idea. I
think I put someone in a decent enough mood. I get a good chuckle out of it.
I like it when Krispy Kreme does that when there's a long line. They come out and they give you a donut.
Yeah, or give me maybe a little sample French fry cup. So like 3 French fries.
Oh, great idea.
Just here you go. Here's
3 French fries, man. That's like the first one's free. Yes, man.
Oh, yesterday, Seahawks. That could have today could have really sucked talking to Mitch at 7:47. But I'm happy now we get to talk to him about a big Seahawks win. They are now 6-3. First half looked awful.
Yep.
I mean, besides Jason Myers, that guy. What do you have? 3 field goals in the first half, five total. He had an incredible game. Especially if you're a fantasy football person, you had him as your kicker. But Gino and the receivers just did not look like they were on the same page.
No, they were not.
I don't know if I ever will find out, because I would imagine no one's going to lay blame on anybody. But was it Gino's fault or was it the receiver's fault? Because it felt like, is he throwing it where they should be, or is he under or overthrowing it? It's hard to tell.
Yeah, it was kind of cool that Mark Sanchez was the analyst, the former quarterback.
Yeah.
So you kind of did get, he gave some great backstory, we're not sure which one it is.
Going into half, 9-9, tie game. Second half, a little bit of a different story. Gino, 15 of 20 in the second half, 2 touchdowns. Most importantly, no interceptions, no fumbles, no turnovers from Gino.
Yeah.
First time since week 4 that's happened. So that was very promising. He had a career high 369 yards as well, and led them to win the game at the end. Got them in position to get that field goal, and here's how it sounded.
Jason Myers for the Seattle win. Good snap, good hole, good kick.
Yeah.
Seattle wins it. 29-26, the final.
Good snap, good hole, good kick.
Yeah.
Did you get nervous about DK when he's still running with the ball? And
I know.
I'm like, oh, dude, may want to take a knee.
It's yes, just get down. What are you doing? It's you've already got enough yardage. You're not going for a touchdown, so get down.
They had not plenty. They had seconds still to be able to make it work.
I wasn't
thankfully.
sure. I really was getting worried.
Could you imagine?
That would be horrible, and that would be again with me and DK going, dude, every time with you.
They wouldn't have lost the game. They would have went to overtime, obviously. But man, could you imagine? That would be that'd be something we'd be talking about for a while. Thankfully, we don't have to. And the Seahawks won. Up next for them, they are taking on the Los Angeles Rams, but they're 6-3, tied for first place.
Oh, dude, it's getting ugly.
49ers look good again.
Yeah. Oh, you know the gauntlet of games that we have? Oh,
yes.
Yeah. It's starting with the Rams. It is. We could be.
Well, the Rams stink.
I hope so.
Hopefully, I know whenever we play anyone that's in our division, it does not matter what the record is. Obviously, we lost to them already. I'd hope that they bounce back and beat the Rams in this game.
Did you see what happened to Baltimore?
Yes, that was quite the game.
I know.
Down to the end.
I'm just you got to be. How is it that they wrecked us and the Browns are I don't know. I don't know football. I just don't know.
It's any given Sunday, BJ.
That's what it is.
Any given, Browns beat them 33-31 right at the end of the game. That was a fun game to watch. I only watched the end, but that was a fun game to watch at the end.
Yeah, I noticed that the Browns got 30 more points than us.
Yeah. Let's forget about last week.
That's what I remembered is the Browns were able to put up 30 more points than we did against those same freaking.
How about Boye Mafe, man?
Yeah,
7 straight. What was it? Sacks.
Yeah.
7 games where he's had a sack. That's a record for the Seahawks.
You know what he's doing?
Broke a record that lasted 25 years.
According to Pete Carroll, he's playing with the big boys now.
Playing with the big boys. Is that like you're talking about his... Never mind.
I don't want to bring that.
Defense looked good. Obviously, there were a couple of plays where they'd like to have back, but all in all, still a good performance. Jamal Adams, it's nice to see him out there on the field. He talked with King 5 after the game with Paul Sylvie and Walter Jones. I want to bring this up because I think in life, we all have crutch words. And I think sometimes you don't even realize that you're saying those crutch words. I know we had a lot of fun with Russell Wilson when he was saying tremendous a lot. I want you to listen to this interview that he did with the guys. And I love Jamal, so it's not like me just trying to goof on him. But I think it is funny to hear when somebody unknowingly keeps saying the same word over and over and over. And I want you guys to guess what word that is. And here's Jamal Adams talking about the win.
Yeah, obviously, we gave up some things that we didn't want to give up, but towards the end, we obviously wanted to finish better. We didn't finish better. Obviously, our offense came back and they punched the ball in to win the game. That's what makes it special. You know what I mean? We feed off one another. Obviously, we want to play perfect, but we didn't get it done. But at the end of the day, we can correct a lot of things after a win.
I was proud of myself. I picked it out the first time.
First word. You knew it was coming.
Yeah.
And here he is talking about bouncing back from that awful game last week against the Ravens.
Yeah, obviously, last week was ugly. Wanted to move forward and obviously, get a win. That was the main thing, get the bad taste out of our mouth, and obviously play, great football on both sides of the football, offense and defense, special teams as well, and obviously winning the turnover battles and winning the line of scrimmage. That was a big key for us last week, and obviously, it didn't go our way. So, we wanted to come out, we wanted to execute and get the win.
Yeah. Do you think someone pulls aside and says that, and he does know, he's like, what? I really, because I know I've been guilty of that. We all are. We all have a certain crutch word. And I think when you don't think about it, you're like, I didn't say obviously 37 times in the course of 2 minutes.
It does suck. Like listeners have pointed that out to me many times in my career where I just, sometimes I hang on a word and I just use it a lot. And I'm like, really? Oh, damn.
And then you think about it and then it messes up your whole conversation because now you're struggling not to say the word.
Oh, I know.
Obviously.
Obviously. That's awesome.
5 teams converted a game-winning field goal. Not just the Seahawks, but also Houston, Detroit, Cleveland, and Arizona all won their games with a game-winning field goal with no time remaining. No time remaining.
Has that ever
crazy?
Been, that's crazy. Has that ever been done? Obviously.
That's the most in NFL history.
Okay, it hasn't been done, obviously.
Yeah, Arizona beat Atlanta 25-23. How about the Raiders? They beat the Jets on Sunday Night Football. You got a Monday Night Football, the Buffalo Bills taking on the tremendous one, Russell Wilson.
Here we go.
And the Denver Broncos.
Oh, boy, it's the bitter ex-girlfriend. And look, I got a reason because, I did radio in the Buffalo, Rochester area for many years, so just another reason for me to want the bitter ex-girlfriend to lose.
Obviously.
I
mean, that would be, tremendous.
It was tremendous.
Yeah.
Kraken. How do you lose to the Oilers? I guess someone has to lose to them. And it's
especially after the other game. Where they beat Colorado.
Yeah, but good news. Playing Colorado again.
Okay, let's hope it's
tonight at Climate Pledge Arena.
Okay, come on, boys.
Grubauer seems to always play well against his old team, and he got pulled in the game against the Oilers. 4 goals in the first period. I know a lot of people want to hate on Gruby. That was not a very good performance from the entire team. But they turned it around. And then after that, they gave up no shots in the third period and still lost the game 4-1. That was rough.
Yeah.
Rough, obviously.
Yeah. Well, it's again, when you give up 4 goals in the first period, it's awful tough.
It's obviously.
Yeah.
Sorry. So hopefully they turn it around tonight. Weather, 51 degrees, going to be cloudy today. Thanks to Snoqualmie Casino for giving us the Migs report, and that's what's up.
On Friday, Steve got this one right. There we go.
President Jimmy
Perfect.
Carter was a member of what branch of the U.S. military?
He was a part of the Navy.
He was.
Sarah was like, whoa, look at you knowing things.
I'm impressive. I impressed your daughter.
I know you sure did.
Obviously.
You want a shot at beating Steve? Well, here's the number, obviously. 206-803-ROCK. We're going to play Beat Migs at 647 on The Rock.
Today's podcast is brought to you by bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne, who's ready to answer your questions about bankruptcy. Travis, is it true that if you filed for bankruptcy once, you can't file again?
Even if you filed bankruptcy before, you can almost certainly file bankruptcy again. Different types of bankruptcies have different time limits between filings. In Chapter 7, full bankruptcy, you can only file Chapter 7 once every 8 years. However, you can almost always file a Chapter 13 case. Chapter 13 cases can be filed immediately following a Chapter 7. They can be filed immediately following a prior Chapter 13 case. Chapter 13 is a reorganization plan, so there will be some type of monthly payment, but it's based on your budget and your ability to afford that payment. So Chapter 13 is an option in almost all cases, even with a prior bankruptcy filing.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at ChooseTheRightChapter.com. That's ChooseTheRightChapter.com. Thanks for listening.
I'm Snoop Dogg, and I'm giving up smoke. I know what you're thinking. Snoop, smoke is kind of your whole thing. But I'm done with it. I'm done with the coughing and my clothes smelling all funky. I'm going smokeless. Solo stove, fix 5. They took out the smoke. Now you can have a nice blaze without any clouds ruining your day. Go smokeless. Go to solostove.com. Tell them Big Snoop Dogg sent you.
Have you or a loved one been injured in an accident? Are you struggling to recover fair compensation? Look no further. At Phillips Law Firm, the experienced personal injury attorneys will fight for your rights and get you the justice and compensation you deserve. They handle a wide range of cases, including car accidents, slip and falls, medical malpractice, and workplace injuries. Justice is a phone call away, so don't wait. Call today for a free case review. Call 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.
Lovers, your local lingerie and adult store has gifts of pleasure for partners who know it's nice to be naughty. Turn up the heat this holiday when you shop at any Lovers store. Let our knowledgeable team help you select the best pleasure presents and save 20% on your purchase with Lovers Afterglow rewards. Just mention Love 20 at one of our 18 Western Washington locations. Offer valid with free Lovers Afterglow rewards membership until December 31st. Some exclusions apply.
The satisfying sounds of more sales in your business. And from the sound of it, your business is growing. But you shouldn't have to pay more to scale your business. With Stamps.com, you can import orders from wherever you sell online, find the lowest rates with the fastest delivery times, and instantly deliver tracking updates to your customers and stock up on supplies. Get started at Stamps.com today with code PROGRAM for a 4-week trial, free postage, and a digital scale.
I'm Snoop Dogg, and I'm giving up smoke. I know what you're thinking. Snoop, smoke is kind of your whole thing. But I'm done with it. I'm done with the coughing and my clothes smelling all funky. I'm going smokeless. Solo stove, fix 5. They took out the smoke. Now you can have a nice blaze without any clouds ruining your day. Go smokeless. Go to solostove.com. Tell them Big Snoop Dogg sent you.
Lovers, your local lingerie and adult store has gifts of pleasure for partners who know it's nice to be naughty. Turn up the heat this holiday when you shop at any Lovers store. Let our knowledgeable team help you select the best pleasure presents and save 20% on your purchase with Lovers Afterglow rewards. Just mention Love 20 at one of our 18 Western Washington locations. Offer valid with free Lovers Afterglow rewards membership until December 31st. Some exclusions apply.
Your wages are being garnished. We can stop that now. It's hard enough to pay your bills when things are good, let alone when a big chunk of your take-home pay is gone before you even get your check. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne, and I can stop the garnishment and get the creditors off your back immediately, often the same day as our consultation. Both Chapter 7 and 13 provide bankruptcy relief, but choosing the right chapter is crucial. In a free consultation, we can create a plan to get your finances back under your control. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. It's hard to believe this Friday is Live Day.
I know.
What?
Friday night, baby, we go live.
What? Yeah.
We're going to be live at night. That's crazy.
That's what the cool thing is. You now can join us at 7 o'clock at Snoqualmie Casino. All of us from The Rock are going to be there. Live Day going to prom night. Everything is live, just like normal Live Day, and it will be broadcast on the radio just at 7 o'clock at night.
Which is a questionable decision, I have to say.
Yeah, I feel sorry for Taryn because we're taking over her shift.
Yes.
And really, so she's the one that's going to, unfortunately, get have it ruined.
You know what? It's not our problem then. No. Let's go crazy.
You know it.
The music's live, the sound effects, everything's live, and we're going to be dressed in our best prom attire.
Yeah, well, prom king and prom queen will be awarded, so, dress up in the way you think is going to give you a shot.
I don't think we're eligible, but your daughter might be eligible for being the prom queen based on one of her tweets I just saw.
What?
I saw on her Twitter, and I quote, "I got my dress for Live Day, and it's a little bit see-through. I'm thinking about wearing it anyways. Hashtag YOLO."
No, NOLO. I'm going to be there. Yeah, NOLO. I'm going to be there.
YOLO.
NOLO. No.
We'll see.
I don't YOLO swag, do some lifting, and you're like, oh!
No.
Exactly.
No. NOLO.
So your dress is see-through?
A little bit, yeah.
Your father's going to be there, and he doesn't want to see that.
I mean, sorry, close your eyes. I don't know what to tell you.
I'll bring my blindfold, BJ.
Thanks, I'm going to need it. All right, well, you want tickets. Everyone else is going to have a good time. snocasino.com.
Let's play B Migs.
It's time to play the game. So everybody scream his name. B Migs, don't be a loser. Whoa, B Migs, you're a loser.
Who's ready to be Migs?
Oh, yeah, buddy.
I know Al from Lake Stevens is. Al, are you there?
Yes, I am. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Al.
All right, Steve, now get out of here.
Goodbye.
For those playing at home, Al has 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. You can pass all you want, but you'll only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
I am.
Meaning under chef in French, who is the second in command in restaurant kitchens?
Sous chef?
Yes. The TV series Luther stars what actor in the title role?
Jason Biggs?
No.
Pass.
How many U.S. states begin with the letter H?
1?
Yes. What kind of alcohol is wild turkey?
Bourbon. Whiskey.
Yes. Beginning with T, a wave generated by an undersea earthquake is called a what?
A tsunami.
Yes. A Christmas Story came out in what early 80s year?
82, 83, 84.
83, yes. What male pop rock band has the hit songs Sucker and SOS?
Green Day, Blink-182.
No.
Pass.
How many strings does the typical ukulele have?
5.
No.
8.
No. You get 5 correct, Al.
Damn.
Okay, right down the middle.
Yeah.
And he only got to 8 questions, so technically more than 50%.
Yeah. I mean, look, we'll give it a shot. That pop rock band's got me confused a little bit.
The thing is, like, I've called in, I've been on before, and both times I've taken a deuce, and like.
Oh, so you did much better.
So this is great for you.
All right, now Steve's back in the room. Give him no clues.
Yeah, don't give him any clues, but hopefully you'll get a win.
All right, I like this, though. Yeah, Al, great improvement then.
Right.
So keep doing it, man. By that time, you will be undefeated.
Steve, are you ready?
I hope so.
Yeah.
Meaning under chef in French, who is the second in command in restaurant kitchens?
Sous chef.
Yes.
Yeah.
The TV series Luther stars what actor in the title role?
Lex Luthor.
No.
Bald man. Michael Sarah.
No.
Michael Cera.
How many U.S. states begin with the letter H?
U.S. states? 2?
No.
1?
Yes. What kind of alcohol is wild turkey?
Is that whiskey?
It is.
Yeah.
Beginning with T, a wave generated by an undersea earthquake is called a what?
Tidal.
No.
Beginning with T. Tsunami.
Yes.
There we go.
A Christmas Story came out in what early 80s year?
83.
Yes. What male pop rock band has the hit songs Sucker and SOS?
Is it the Jonas Brothers?
It is.
They were just in
How many
town.
strings does the typical ukulele have?
4.
Yes.
You played it.
What planet in our solar system is less dense than water?
That would be Uranus, Sarah.
No.
Jupiter?
No.
Mars.
No. What is the addictive chemical in tobacco?
Nicotine.
Yes. Wow. And with that, you get 8 correct, which is a win, 8-5.
But
Sorry,
Al, still great improvement, Al. You more than doubled your previous.
Oh, well, I'm going to get one of these days.
That's
I know
right.
it.
You keep trying, buddy. Thank you for playing.
It's all about the chase.
Yeah. Nice work on the Jonas Brothers, because I thought it was another band, but I was like, I don't know that one song, so I was wrong.
I didn't know either of those songs, but I know everybody but me seemed to be at the Jonas Brothers concert this past weekend.
Yeah.
I was
including
there.
your daughter.
Yes. So I'm so glad you actually got that right.
I heard they played like 90 songs or something like that.
They did.
Sarah
I'm not
was-
gonna lie. They tried to pull a Taylor Swift. They played like 5 albums in one night. It was
Every song off of every album?
I don't think every song, but it seemed almost like every song.
Great. I guess you have to be a fan.
Yeah.
It's kind of what you got to be, I think, to go to these shows.
That would suck if you're going with like your significant other. You're like, I'll go with you to go see the Jonas Brothers. What's it going to be? Like an hour and a half ish. And then you're like, dude, when are they? Like when my wife went with me to see Pearl Jam, she's like, when are they going to stop playing? I'm like, I hope never.
That's when you know, okay, I guess I won't take you to Pearl Jam.
That was the
Yeah.
moment where I realized she will never go see Pearl Jam with me again. And I think that was also the moment where she realized I will never go see Pearl Jam with my husband again.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I will say I think I'm a fan, but even for me, I was like, all right, it's time to wrap
Sarah
this
was-
up, and it's time for me to go to the club.
Really?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And I don't want to compare everything to the Taylor Swift show.
But here's what's happening.
But I was.
Yeah.
They did a similar thing. Theirs was even shorter. They had to take an intermission. Taylor never took an intermission.
Did Joe Jonas run off the stage and make out with his Kansas City Chiefs significant other?
Oh, no, but I saw that video of Taylor, and I watched it way too many times.
Dude,
I hate how obsessed I am.
Travis Kelce has hit the icon lottery. Whether or not this relationship works out now,
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Travis Kelce now is an icon.
She changed lyrics of one of her songs,
Yes.
and everyone lost their minds, and he was there looking kind of embarrassed but stoked, and then he did this weird, awkward
It was
dance
so cute.
with his dad next to him.
And I have never cared about the Chiefs until now. I literally was like, are they playing on Sunday? How is he going to come back from Argentina for his game? And I'm like, oh, it's their bye week. We're good. We're good.
There are so many Taylor Swift fans that now know about football.
Exactly.
It's kind of weird.
And it's great. And, you know, I think it's great for both of them because Sarah, it's like they're the royal couple. It's like our royalty. You know, that's really what it is.
It
You
is
know?
sad.
Yeah.
I know. And I'm embarrassed how obsessed I am about them. But honestly, I had never heard of Travis Kelce in my life. And now I love him. I see his commercials with Patrick Mahomes, and I'm like, it's my guy.
It's so wild. And for football fans, I mean, and he basically was a great figure for the Super Bowls because he was a great character. We knew him because he's a character.
If you're a football fan, you kind of like him because he's a fun guy.
Yeah, but it's so wild to think he's with Taylor Swift. I would never have put those two together because of his personality. It seems like he would be the kind of guy that would irritate her, but instead, they seem to dig each other.
I love it.
This proves that love.
Yeah.
I don't know what love does. But it does something.
You are in a marriage. I hope you know what love does.
With them. I don't
love
know what
made
the
a
hell's
little
going on.
a little baby.
He better not break her heart. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, man, they will go from
don't
America's
start.
team to the most hated team in all of America. I kind of want to see this moment.
Oh, yeah. I hope it lasts. But, I mean, you know how celebrity romances go. And this is not to speak of either one of them. It's just celebrity romances. They never last, do they?
And we all know how Taylor Swift romances go.
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't want to bring that up.
That will be an epic record, though.
Yeah.
Epic.
But, you know, you're right, guys. The Swifties might just cancel Kansas City. You know, seriously.
Altogether.
The entire everything.
Someone has a good question, though. How did Beyonce compare to those two shows?
I was going to say that as a joke
soon?
yesterday, and I didn't, Sarah. I want you to know your father loves you and didn't do that and didn't tease you and troll you that way.
Did we get all the answers for Beat Migs?
Okay. The TV series Luther stars what actor in the title role?
Idris Elba.
Yes.
Is it about Lex Luthor?
No.
Oh.
It's a British show. I haven't watched it yet, so I don't know what it's about. But he's a guy.
I'm glad you knew at least he was.
Well, this is where everybody fell in love because he's easy on the eye for the ladies and the men that love the men like him. And he was the guy that was in Thor, who was in charge of the gate.
And he won the Sexiest Man in like 2019 or something. How could you forget that story?
Oh yeah, I don't know.
What planet in our solar system is less dense than water?
Less dense than water?
So it would float.
Oh, damn. Is that Mercury?
It's Saturn.
Saturn is less dense than water, that it would float?
Duh.
Whoa.
Okay. You didn't get that right.
That's so huge. Like, that's a huge planet. I would never have guessed that. You know, it's like our second biggest planet in the system. Would you guess that's the one that can float in water?
Well, clearly, no. I didn't get it right.
Oh, yeah, but you're looking at me like, come on.
No, I just like how you're trying to look, man, I know my planets. I know it's also big. Like, you're almost trying to...
It should be Mercury. It's the smallest one.
You don't need to be embarrassed that you didn't know the answer.
I'm very embarrassed. You're right. I'm very embarrassed. All right, fine. That's embarrassing. All right, so, if you got a problem, we're here for you. You know that, right? Any kind of problem, relationship issues, work issues, and whatever it is, we are here for you. All you got to do is call us, text us, 206-803-ROCK. It's Help Wanted. We're going to do that at 7:17 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
I'm Snoop Dogg, and I'm giving up smoke. I know what you're thinking. Snoop, smoke is kind of your whole thing. But I'm done with it. I'm done with the coughing and my clothes smelling all funky. I'm going smokeless. Solo Stove Fix 5. They took out the smoke. Now you can have a nice blaze without any clouds ruining your day. Go smokeless. Go to solostove.com. Tell them Big Snoop Dogg sent you.
Dealing with an accident and injury claim can be overwhelming. Let Phillips Law Firm fight for you. We understand the pain and suffering, and we're here to guide you through. Call 1-800-JUSTICE today for a free case review, or visit justiceforyou.com and let Phillips Law Firm help you on the road to recovery.
Lovers, your local lingerie and adult store has gifts of pleasure for partners who know it's nice to be naughty. Turn up the heat this holiday when you shop at any Lovers store. Let our knowledgeable team help you select the best pleasure presents and save 20% on your purchase with Lovers Afterglow rewards. Just mention Love 20 at one of our 18 Western Washington locations. Offer valid with free Lovers Afterglow rewards membership until December 31st. Some exclusions apply.
Is your relationship going sideways?
Have a family issue? Problems with your coworker?
Do you need advice? We're here to help. No problem is too dumb. No dilemma is too silly. This is Help Wanted with BJ and Migs.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. Help Wanted, man. Lots of texts and lots of messages, lots of phone calls. People like, man, can you help us out? And we've got this whole segment. We realized listeners on the loose just wasn't enough. So if you got a relationship problem, a problem at work, or anything else, and I don't care if you think it's dumb, we're experts in that.
Oh, yes.
We are here for you. Call us or text us 206-803-ROCK. It's Help Wanted.
Now, they texted in, but I kind of want to encourage the person who just texted in, if they are able to, if they can call in, because I feel like we're going to have a lot of questions about this one.
Yeah, you know me. I'm very inquisitive.
And, of course, it's 206-803-ROCK, and it involves Live Day. So if you're the person who texted about Live Day, that's what we're about to talk about.
That's this Friday.
Yes, and they have an issue because, well, they have tickets. I'll just read it. It says, Help Wanted. I have tickets to prom night with my boyfriend. I've been looking forward to going to this event for months. I really just want a special night out with him and see our favorite radio show live as well, since and also go to prom since I've never been. He wants to cancel our tickets because he's too afraid that I will go bad since we always end up fighting if we drink too much.
Oh.
Bad. I guess I can. I guess they just.
That's a
argue.
serious.
Yeah.
That's a serious allegation.
In my opinion, we'll end up fighting when there's something to fight about, which lately that's been a lot of times. Ironically, most of the fights I start is because we don't do anything and we don't go on dates together. How do I convince him to go to prom?
Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh boy! This is a tough one.
I mean, offer him snacks. I don't know.
Snacks will always. That's how you get Steve to go anywhere.
You want me to go anywhere? Promise me food. And I'm like, yeah, sounds like a blast, babe. Let's go.
They say the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. So
yeah, we did some recent, and I'm like, what's going on there? She's like, there'll be homemade churros. I'm like, I'm in.
Yeah,
I didn't even care what we were doing.
I know, it is pretty amazing, isn't it? Yeah.
So if you're the person who texted that, I feel like we have a lot of questions about
that. We do, because it's a serious look. It sucks. But if somebody says that you become a very mean person when you drink, and look, we know people like that. I'm a happy drunk. It's fortunate that when I drink, I get happy and I don't get ornery. But there are people that, boy, when they
switch
drink,
turns, yeah,
and it's not. So, and nobody likes to be around that. It's tough.
Can you have that? I guess this is that's a heavy question to ask, but can you have fun without getting drunk?
Yeah,
because can you say, hey, look, I want to go. I want to have a good time. I won't drink. Is it possible? I mean, I feel like that would be if you do get to the point where when you get drunk, you're always fighting with your boyfriend. Can you just say, look, I won't touch a lick of alcohol. Let's just go and have a good time.
Yeah, it's. I have had issues myself. I've been in his shoes where it's like, is my partner going to be crazy?
Right.
And you know me. I mean, we've had, it hasn't happened with anybody recently, but you know me when we've done work events and sometimes somebody gets out of control that's
Absolutely.
part of the team and it's the significant other. It's, me. I'm like, oh, who needs this right now?
Right. This is a nightmare.
And so, yeah. So, and I had that happen to me where, somebody I brought to an event was out of control, it wasn't pretty because I said, you're never coming to another event again because of that. So I've been where he's at, where it's like, you may think it's going to be fun. I don't know what you're going to be like. That's not fun for me.
I know we're going to do Beat Migs live there. Maybe they can come, and if they win, like they could have work out a thing like if she win, then she can drink. If she loses, she can't drink. I don't know.
Then we have to rig Beat Migs to make sure she can't win, because the guy's going to come up to us and give us probably a fitty.
That's a lot of extra pressure on me to do well for his sake.
That's true, because you tend when we do these live events somehow, some way. I don't know if it's the audience helping out, but you tend to lose a lot.
Because the text you have when she says we'll end up fighting when there's something to fight about.
Yeah, that's not a great line.
That's an interesting thing to say.
That's not a good line. It doesn't make you look good.
We fight when there's something to fight about. Well, what if the fight is about something that happens at Live Day?
Oh, boy. And what we know about folks that sometimes do have a drinking problem, they don't like to admit they got a drinking problem. So this is a tough one.
Yeah.
I would love you guys to be there because it would be great for a date night. Sure, I love that idea. But, man, there's a lot going on.
And are we just assuming she's the one that gets... I mean, because she says that he thinks that she'll go bad. But, I mean, is he also someone that argues when he's drunk? I mean, are they just bad when they're drunk together?
Her response was interesting.
Yeah.
She didn't say that. She just said, we'll fight when we fight.
When there's something to fight about.
So, me just trying to be a detective of the text, I feel like maybe he's not the bad guy. Only because I think she would have been a perfect opportunity for her to mention it, and she didn't.
Man, that's I guess I go back to the initial part. It's like, can you just say, hey, look, I really want to go to this. I won't drink. If you really want to go and you want to be a part of it, you can still have fun without drinking.
That is a very good point. You're absolutely right, Steve. That is the one way to go. Listen, I want you to have a great time. I won't booze it up.
And especially if, like, you're saying, hey, you don't go on enough date nights, maybe this could be the start of, okay, let's go on date nights where alcohol is not involved.
Sober date night.
Yeah.
Boy, then you're going to realize.
Surrounded by a bunch of trunks. God,
I know that you're absolutely right. That's a good. I mean, yeah, they're going to go see the men's room.
I mean, everyone, it's live night. Everyone's going to be having a blast. But
like I said, they're going to go see the men's room and try to be sober. That's impossible.
I mean, unless you could call us and give us more info, I think that's the best I got.
I agree with you. I think that if you really that at that point, if he doesn't want to go, or he, one of those, I'll believe it when I see it. But if you say, look, I'll make sure I don't drink anything. I don't need to drink anything to have fun with you. But that's the question. Can you do that?
So me and my boss are going. She can hang with us. I don't know if that's like a.
Is that an invitation?
Are you saying then don't bring the boyfriend? And just show up?
That's very interesting. That's a great. And first of all, what's going on with you and your boss? I like this company. If all of a sudden, like, threesomes are in the picture.
My boss is the owner of xvideos.com.
Yeah, that's what it is. Or is it just us and our minds are in the gutter?
Of course.
It's probably.
It always is. We always turn everything into a penthouse forum.
Yeah, we surely do. Which, by the way, life would be better if we could. So, all right. I don't know if we helped, right. But I'm with Steve. If you could call, we have lots of questions.
All right. This one also came in this morning right before we started the segment. It said, help wanted. It's been 7 months since I passed my 5th year at my job. This is the first year my review/raise has taken this long. I've talked to my owner of the company and my supervisor, and they've not gotten around to it, and they helped me get the paperwork for the review, but it's been 3 weeks since. The money is nice, but I really want to know how I'm doing and how I can improve. Should I go back to my big boss and let him know, or wait a bit longer?
Ooh, boy. I don't know too many people that like reviews.
That is kind of interesting. Yeah.
A lot of people will go, dude, unless you're afraid of like you're getting terminated. Why would you want? But some people, like you said, he likes to.
But they just get the pay raise.
Yeah, it did say raise. So at that point, maybe you don't get the raise if you don't get the review.
Oh, that's a good point, Danny.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, she might be, it might be that situation. Who
He or
knows?
she, yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be funny. Be like, oh yeah, I'll give you your review. You're too needy for compliments. No, I'm kidding.
There are some people. I mean, they have talked about that in the world of work, where people do like to be reinforced with like that they're doing a good job. Like that's really important to them. It's that for them to know that the company is pleased with their performance, and therefore, and then give them some direction on like, okay, what do you need me to do to go next year? Me, I can't stand reviews. And as a matter of fact, that I don't think we've had one in a long time. I'm very happy about that.
Well, don't bring it up.
I want to say this, you're right. But ever since the drunken charge took over, it's been really good.
I respect that about him.
Yeah, that's the one thing that I will always respect. He's never asked me to evaluate anything, and I really appreciate that.
I don't want to review. I never wanted to do like the long questionnaire that they made us do.
Oh God,
it was like pages of stuff, and then finally I finally smartened up and just saved my answers and kept a Word file.
Oh, what a brilliant idea!
And I just copy and pasted my answers every year for about 5 straight years.
And nobody said anything.
No.
Oh, jeez, of course. It's such a ridiculous procedure. It really is. You've broken the system, and you're proof why it doesn't work.
Maybe that's why they stopped doing it. Like, guys, this idiot's been doing the same answers for the last 5 years.
Yeah.
Maybe we should stop doing this.
I think they finally figured it out. They're on to you.
Oh, we have another one. We have time, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because this text just came in.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, so Dan, you just saw this one too?
Saw this one.
Oh, okay. What is this?
I also invited them to call in if they'd like.
Oh, okay, man, I'm very excited. Okay.
This is going to be a good one, BJ.
Oh, man.
Like, it literally came in. Usually I'll wait. I'm like, I'm not going to read. I'll save it for tomorrow. But I feel like this just trumps everything.
206-803-ROCK, the number to call, the number to text for help wanted.
I'll read it. Hello. I've been stuck in a weird situation for about 10 years. I have a stepbrother for about 11 years. We have the same dad, but different moms.
Okay.
He's 7 years younger than me, and we've been secretly seeing each other for about 4 years.
Oh, my God.
I know it's gross, but we're in love. Nobody knows about this. Should we tell the family or keep it a secret? It's been working for this long.
Okay, I need clarification, first off.
Yes. Stepbrother.
Well, she said stepbrother, but then said we have the same dad but different moms.
Yes.
It doesn't matter if you're steps. Of course you have a different... That's why I'm wondering, like, is she related to, like a half-brother is you have the same dad but different moms, or the same mom but different dads. A step-parent is just marriage. You're not related to anybody. You're just related by marriage.
Right.
So... is she related to the guy because they have the same? When she said we have the same dad, that doesn't sound like step. That sounds like half.
Right, because that means dad's secret potion was involved to make both of them.
That we need. You're right. We need to know that because from a biological standpoint, even though that's considered still incestual. If you have the same biological parent, that's incestual and very illegal.
I'm glad that they at least preface it by saying I'm stuck in a weird situation.
Now you know how I feel.
Weird.
If it's a step situation, you know,
that's half brother. Even people are texting in, guys. The math is that the same dad's the same. It's a half brother.
No, here's what I'm saying. A step, okay, is like they have different mothers.
Yes.
So that means that means that he entered her so he is from. So it's through marriage then.
Yeah.
See, when you say same dad, he's her stepdad, where he would be his real dad. So it's not like he's a dad; he's a stepdad, and that's why she didn't put that down there. She said we have the same dad, but no, he's her stepdad, and that's his real dad. Does that make sense? That's how that works.
Maybe.
No, that's how that works. There's no other way it could happen.
Or she doesn't know the difference between step and half, and they are related.
That's the
I have a
problem.
stepbrother for about 11 years. We have the same dad, but different moms.
Yeah, that doesn't. No, it doesn't matter because the same dad is not your dad, right?
I don't know.
Because that's the only way it could happen. The only way it could happen is that his dad married somebody that she's related to, like her mom.
Right.
Yeah, but that's not her dad. That's her stepdad. There's no biological connection. It's just they're related because his father married her mother.
Why do they have to do this to us on a Monday?
Yeah. So I
My
think
brain's not ready
I
for
think
this.
that's what it is, and she's just saying it's the same dad because he's a stepdad. So we're going to go with that and say that. Is it bad? How long did they know each other?
She said that I have had a stepbrother for about 11 years.
Okay.
He's 7 years younger than me, and we've been secretly seeing each other for about 4 years.
Okay, this is a little. I'd like to know how old he was when she met him, because he's 7 years younger than her.
Yeah.
That's a little weird. If you've been living with somebody who's like, maybe
why do people
10
text us this? They should just call us and tell us this. That way we can answer these questions.
Yeah.
I get it. You don't probably want. It's probably easier because you want to be anonymous. You don't want someone to recognize your voice. I understand that.
Yeah. How old was he when you met him? Like he became your stepbrother. Was he like 10? Was he 15?
Was he 20?
Yeah. It's and so he 11 years ago. And how long have they been seeing? So they were stepkids for 7 years, and then it got physical. Yeah. Ooh, that's a long time. That's a tough one.
They've been seeing each other for 4 years,
and they've known each other for 11 as steps.
And he's 7 years younger.
And he's 7. That's the tough one, dude.
That's a lot to process.
Because
this is not going to end.
Usually, when steps get together, it's like somebody's in their teens or even like their early teens. So I feel like he was underage when she met him.
I don't know,
and that's where it's weird.
All I know is that this is not a good situation.
Yeah.
And you even admitted, you said it's weird. I mean, you already know this is not the right thing to do.
But here's what I believe. If in fact, like my father and my, and my wife's mother, they started dating, and if they had ever gotten married before we got married, that would have made us steps.
Yes.
And I would have been like, well, but we were there first.
Well, what a wrench in your plans. What
yeah,
if they
I know.
Did it right before you got married?
I was so pissed at the both of them. Like, what are you doing? You're going to make this weird. Like, they met each other because, well, I was dating my wife, and who was my girlfriend at the time, and then my father met her mother, and then all of a sudden they went on a date, and I remember my wife and I were like, what the hell is that about? They can't go on dates. That's no.
This text made my brain hurt.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you, dude. Only because of the way she put it. But even still, 7-year difference. He was the younger one. I have a feeling he was probably underage when they met each other. And oh man.
Says, I've clicked on the step thumbnail before, but never the half sibling thumbnail. I do have standards.
Yeah, I don't think they're half siblings. I feel like that she would know that's just against the law. You can't. I mean, isn't that incest? You can't do it.
Right.
Yeah. So, all right, yeah, we need more. We need to know more. All right, hopefully
we need answers.
Hopefully we get a follow-up for this one. Woo.
Yeah, I don't know what you want us to do.
Yeah.
I mean, that's always something like, what's our end result here? Should we tell the family or keep it a secret? I think you should just stop doing it.
Yeah, well, legally, if it's just steps, there's no biology and there's no incest, so legally they can't be in trouble, but it's still a little bizarre.
I understand legally, but that family is going to be wrecked when you say that. Because, I mean, this is a family dynamic that's been going on behind their back. They don't even know it. And they've been thinking, we're all a happy family of siblings, step siblings, and not realizing that there's a relationship happening for the last 4 years.
Yeah, it's tough, though. I mean, when you meet Mr. Right and Mrs. Right, what are you going to do? You know, let's go back to that wonderful relationship with Billy Fulau and Mary Kay Letourneau. True love. God. Yeah, I know. That's just, yeah. So, I don't know.
What area code is this? Is this in the South? I want. Like, that would just add to this whole.
Yeah, it's got to be different from the South. You're right. Oh, you're looking up the area code?
Well, yeah, because it's not. It's not a 206. Oh, I guess I didn't realize that here in Washington we have new area codes.
Oh, okay. So, all right.
Did you know 564 is an area code here?
No, I didn't know that.
So I learned that.
Well, look at them from. Well, the 564 is deep though. It's out there.
It's a little. Yeah, it goes from Olympia, Vancouver, Bellingham, Bremerton, Port Angeles, Aberdeen.
Bellingham all the way to 564.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess you just kind of run out of area. It's the new area code.
Okay. Well,
congrats on that.
It's the area code for people that are looking to get busy with their steps. That's why they had to have this new area code. They want to go, look, all you step people, we're going to give you this area code if you're going to get busy. All right, the Seahawks. Oh, the Seahawks. What are we going to do about this team?
What do you mean? We're 6-3, you negative Nancy.
Okay, we'll find out. You know what? I might be the negative Nancy, but Mitch Levy is going to tell us, should I be a negative Nancy or should we be happy about these Seahawks? Mitch Unfiltered's host, Mitch Levy, joins us at 7:47 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. Travis, if you're upside down in your mortgage, should you continue to make the payment?
Continuing to pay your mortgage or not is a complex decision because you're going to have to pay to live somewhere. You're going to have a housing payment. So continuing to make your house payment really depends on several factors. One is whether or not you have a second mortgage. The second one is how affordable your ongoing monthly mortgage payment is. Another issue is whether your mortgage is adjustable and you're facing an increase in your mortgage payments later on when interest rates go up. If you do have a second mortgage in this economy with the housing prices being down, oftentimes we can take off or strip off that second mortgage in a Chapter 13 case so that you'd only have the first mortgage to continue to pay.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. And thanks for listening.
I'm Snoop Dogg, and I'm giving up smoke. I know what you're thinking. Snoop, smoke is kind of your whole thing. But I'm done with it. I'm done with the coughing and my clothes smelling all funky. I'm going smokeless. Solo stove, fixed fire. They took out the smoke. Now you can have a nice blaze without any clouds ruining your day. Go smokeless. Go to solostove.com. Tell them Big Snoop Dogg sent you.
Have you or a loved one been injured in an accident? Are you struggling to recover fair compensation? Look no further. At Phillips Law Firm, the experienced personal injury attorneys will fight for your rights and get you the justice and compensation you deserve. They handle a wide range of cases, including car accidents, slip and falls, medical malpractice, and workplace injuries. Justice is a phone call away, so don't wait. Call today for a free case review. Call 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.
Lovers, your local lingerie and adult store has gifts of pleasure for partners who know it's nice to be naughty. Turn up the heat this holiday when you shop at any Lovers store. Let our knowledgeable team help you select the best pleasure presents and save 20% on your purchase with Lovers Afterglow rewards. Just mention Love 20 at one of our 18 Western Washington locations. Offer valid with free Lovers Afterglow rewards membership until December 31st. Some exclusions apply.
Killers of the Flower Moon is now on digital.
Oh my God.
From director Martin Scorsese, Leonardo DiCaprio, Robert De Niro.
You got one more chance. I'm coming after you, son.
Killers of the Flower Moon. Buy it now on digital.
I'm Snoop Dogg, and I'm giving up smoke. I know what you're thinking. Snoop, smoke is kind of your whole thing. But I'm done with it. I'm done with the coughing and my clothes smelling all funky. I'm going smokeless. Solo stove, fixed fire. They took out the smoke. Now you can have a nice blaze without any clouds ruining your day. Go smokeless. Go to solostove.com. Tell them Big Snoop Dogg sent you.
Dealing with an accident and injury claim can be overwhelming. Let Phillips Law Firm fight for you. We understand the pain and suffering, and we're here to guide you through. Call 1-800-JUSTICE today for a free case review, or visit justiceforyou.com and let Phillips Law Firm help you on the road to recovery.
Your driver's license is important so you can get back and forth to work, get your kids to school, and back and forth to daycare. If your license has been suspended because you can't pay your tickets, you can't do any of those things. Let's talk about Chapter 13 bankruptcy. You may have heard the tickets cannot be discharged, but they can be dealt with in a Chapter 13 case. Why not come in for a free consultation? The chapter you choose will make all the difference to your getting back, legally, on the road. Let's design a plan to pay off your tickets and restore your license immediately. I'm attorney Travis Gagne. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle.
Oh, man, it was almost to the point where we weren't going to be excited to talk to our next guest, but it turned around in the second half, and the Seahawks beat the Commanders. So, of course, we're very happy to speak to the host of Mitch Unfiltered, Mitch Levy.
That's right, episode
262.
Woo! Look at that. That dropped.
Yes, it's out, and it's a good one because we get to talk about wins. We get to talk about another University of Washington Huskies win that leaves them 10-0 and looking down the barrel of an opportunity to go play for the college football playoff. We've got the Seahawks coming back in the last couple of minutes. Those last two drives were beautiful. So all's well in sports land here in the Pacific Northwest, boys.
I guess by the skin. And it's funny, even with the Huskies, people are like, yeah, but they're not winning the right way, even though they're 10-0. And I feel that way about the Hawks. It's like, especially after what happened last week. So what do you got for us, Mitch? I mean, was there anything at all to make us think that the Seahawks are actually going to get past the first round of the playoffs, even if they get into the playoffs because of this horrible gauntlet of a schedule they got coming up?
Let's have that conversation when you guys are on vacation again in about 5 or 6 weeks. Well, from the Seahawks perspective, I would just say, hey, they're not playing their best football. There's just no question about that. They are uneven at best offensively. I'll still say the same thing that I've been saying on the podcast for weeks. I've been saying for years. I said it on the radio show for years. I've said it to you guys before. When you really think about it, and I know it's not great for radio, but when you think about it, it doesn't really matter how they're playing right now. Whether they're playing great or whether they're playing poorly, at the end of the day, the only thing that matters is, did they win the game against the Washington Commanders or did they lose it? What's their record? And how are they playing on January 5th? Mm-hmm. Is there a chance that on January 5th, because, look, they could be the best team in football right now. They could be playing right now the best. And we could all be sitting here going, oh, my God, the Seahawks are playing the best in football. But I would say the same thing to you. If they're not going to be peaking on January 5th, it's not going to matter how they played against the Washington Commanders. So the question isn't, it's pretty obvious that if they play like this, you're right. BJ, they'll probably, I've been saying for a couple of weeks, if they win the Commanders game and they win the Rams game this week, if they win those two games somehow, some way by a point on the last second, if they just win those two games, they'll very likely be in the playoffs because they'll be 7-3. They will have only lost one NFC game, which is big in the tiebreaker. And at 7-3, then you start that gauntlet where you play the 49ers twice, the Cowboys and the Eagles. You really would only need 2 wins over the last 7 games. You could even afford to lose all 4 of those games. Yeah. And then in the last 3 games win 2. If they get the Rams game this week somehow, some way in Los Angeles, I think the answer to your second question, which is they'll probably make the playoffs because the NFC is so weak outside of the division leaders and including some of the division leaders. So then the next question is, and this is what you really want to talk about.
Yes, that's right. That's what I want to know.
Is there a chance that on January 5th or 3rd, when you guys are on vacation again, that they are playing better football, that they're playing the quality of football that would allow them to win in the playoffs? And I think there's a chance. I'm not sitting here predicting it, because you still see things about that defense that we haven't seen in years here. Mm-hmm. And you still, like, offensively, they've been just a disaster the last 5, 7, 8 weeks.
Yeah.
But can you hang your hat on what happened in the last 2 drives yesterday? I mean, look at the last 2 drives yesterday. In particular, some people, football snobs would say, well, you can't take anything from the last one because it was hurry up, it was chaos, they got down the field, they kicked the field goal. You can't hang your hat on that. That's just football. Okay, that's fine. I'll accept that. But the second to last drive, if you recall, so Washington ties the game, right? And there's 5 minutes to go in the game, and an offense which has been sputtering for months now comes out on the field at the 25-yard line in a tie game with 5 minutes to go in the game. If they don't get 3 or 4 first downs and they just 3 and out or 1 first down and punt the ball, they're probably going to lose the game. And they put together a 10-play, 75-yard drive, a little bit of throwing, a little bit of running. Geno was terrific. He got the ball down the field. Tyler Lockett was involved. DK Metcalf was involved. And they go down in about 3 minutes, 3.5 minutes, 10 plays, 75 yards, and stick that ball in the end zone on a touchdown to Tyler. That's the type. That was probably the offense's best moment in months right there. So can we see a little more of that to go along with the defense? I don't know what the answer is. I just know that it's 6-3, BJ. Even you look at the standings, they're fine. 6-3 is fine right now.
It sure is. I mean, look, they're tied. Yeah,
they're tied for the top spot in the NFC West, right?
Yeah, I think that's the like you said. The worry is how they do against the Rams, and that's that. And then the whole, like you said, the whole gauntlet that they got coming up. But you're right. If they go 7-3 before they have to take on, the Niners twice and the Cowboys and the Eagles. Yeah, I mean, you're right. They're probably going to be in great shape.
Looking at my prediction sheet that I put out before the season started, I once again was right again this past weekend. I've only been wrong once, and it was against the Rams.
It's really frustrating.
I've been right for every other pick.
So how are you? Have we found out what he said, though, about this gauntlet? What have you said about the Niners, the Cowboys, and the Eagles?
In the other room. I don't remember now.
Oh, yeah, I bet you have a lot of W's in there.
I got a couple L's, a couple W's. I do have a win against San Francisco. I think they're going to split it. At least that's what I thought at the beginning of the year.
I mean, at this point, it would be nice if they could split against San Francisco. It would give me hope going into the playoffs. You have, because it's going to go through San Francisco. You got to beat them to some degree. But, the Eagles and the Cowboys, that's going to be a hell of it. Because, Mitch, this is a team, at least historically, even though they're different players, and they surprise you when they play some of these teams that you go, oh, my God, they'll never beat them. Absolutely. And then you go, what? How did that happen?
Absolutely. And I keep going back to the other part of this is this team is different. And I'm not suggesting that, oh my God, they're one of the best teams in football. They're not. They're clearly not. They're mediocre at best right now the way they're playing, but they're 6-3. But I think before, last time we haven't spoken in 3 weeks. I think we spoke about it. I'm sure we did after that Giants game where they went to the Giants and had 11 sacks. Yeah. And then they turned around and they played really good football defensively against the Bengals and Joe Burrow. There's just something different, guys, about this defense. Devin Witherspoon, Tariq Woolen, Boye Mafe. There are about 4 or 5 players on defense that are making impact plays. This just is a different feeling team. Now, did they give up 2 late drives yesterday and almost lose the game? That defense? Yes.
Hell yeah, they did.
Yes. But there's just something that's flashing about this defense that suggests there's a chance that in a month or 2, this team could be playing more complete football and could be very dangerous. Very dangerous. We need Geno to start playing better. There's no question about it.
Yeah, we need Geno. It was funny to watch on Facebook because, I love following everybody who becomes now all of a sudden the general manager of the Seahawks on my friends list, and they're all like losing their minds over Geno. But the second half, it was 15 for 20, had 2 touchdowns. It wasn't like the first half was infuriating. But here's my question for you with the first half. I was trying to figure out, was it Geno the issue or was it the receivers the issue? It was kind of hard to tell, it seemed like there was some kind of disconnect with him and his receivers. I don't know if he was the reason why, or they weren't where they were supposed to be to catch those balls. It seemed like they were all being frustrated.
He felt out of sorts in the first half. He's the most, I don't even want to say polarizing. I was going to use the word polarizing, but that suggests that there's equal amounts of people that are excited about him and equal. People love to hate Geno in this town. They don't want to give him a break. They almost sit around waiting for him to fail. The Geno bashers have been out for months, and they had plenty of ammunition in the first half of the game. He wasn't great. I have my own theory on him that may or may not be right. It feels to me like he is quarreling. He's internally quarreling about when I should take a chance and when I should throw the ball away, when I should try something low percentage and let the thing fly. And I think he's constantly uneasy about that mix. There was a moment yesterday in the second half, guys, on the television copy. I don't know if you guys were watching. When Washington scored the tying touchdown, and there were like 50 seconds to go, and we were either going to go to overtime or Seattle was going to go down the field for a field goal. As it turns out, they went down the field for a field goal. Just before he ran out for the first play, there was a cutaway on the broadcast on whatever it was, CBS or Fox.
Fox, yeah.
Of Pete Carroll, I don't know if you recall this, Pete Carroll and Geno talking on the sidelines right before Geno jogged in for the first play with 50 seconds to go. And you could see, you could lip read Carroll saying in his own inimitable way, overtime would be fine right now. I'm fine with overtime. Don't worry about it if we go to overtime. What was he saying to him before going out there for the last 50 seconds? He was saying what? Don't make a mistake here. I'm fine with overtime. We don't have to score here. I don't want you to put the ball in harm's way.
Don't screw this up, Geno.
Don't screw this up. Don't worry about it. We can go to overtime. You could see him. You could see Carroll almost pleading with Geno. Don't worry about not scoring here. But what's the message you're sending there? Don't screw it up. Don't screw it up. Be careful. Be careful with the ball. And there are some great, my favorite all-time quarterback. I've said this on the podcast. My favorite all-time player is Dan Marino, as you probably would expect, being from Florida and being a Dolphins fan. Marino used to say, I can't say it on radio, he had an expression that he used to tell all of his teammates, LTFF, all quarterbacks. He used to tell all young quarterbacks, LTFF, let the effer fly. That's not effer, okay? Okay? Marino used to say, let the effer fly. He used to say, when quarterbacks start thinking about when I take a shot, or am I going to throw the ball away here? Is this a mistake? When they start thinking about that, it's not good. It's generally not good. And I just think that Geno right now is in a spot where he's got this inner turmoil of when he should take a shot down the field and throw something low percentage that could be a problem, and when he should throw it away and take the safe way out. And he's got Carroll in his ear, and even Tyler Lockett yesterday, BJ. Tyler Lockett after the game was asked, what'd you think about Geno's day? He threw for 367 yards in the last couple of scores. And Tyler Lockett said, this isn't a direct quote, but it's a paraphrase. He said, I thought Geno was great because he knew when to take chances and he knew when to throw the ball away. He did a good job of figuring that out. So everybody's talking about that.
Yeah.
And so Geno's got I think, this is my personal opinion, he's making, as bad as he's been over the last 4 weeks, 6 weeks, he's making plays that a lot of quarterbacks can't make. There are moments during these games where he's terrific, but in all, you put it all in the blender and it comes out, Geno's throwing interceptions and fumbling and doing whatever he's doing. So I just think he's got to play. I just think he's got to play. And the mistakes are going to happen, but so are good things. And in the last two drives, that was the case yesterday.
Speaking of Tyler Lockett, someone texted and said, hey, what'd you think about that defensive Washington Commanders player getting ejected from the game after that hit against Tyler?
I thought it was a penalty. I didn't think it
I thought so too,
an
yeah.
ejection.
Yeah, I don't think.
I thought it was a football play.
I don't know. It's interesting, real time. Well, actually, but New York got to see it. It was from New York, and so they got to see what we got to see, all the replays.
Right.
I don't know how they
got kicked out.
I don't know how they made that call. It's like it's one thing if you're doing real time and maybe you make that call. It's like, okay, sure, real time. It's hard to tell, but they have all of the they have all of the views we have and more. And that was bad. And that, I mean, gosh, moments like that, you just feel like the guy was a good player, impacted Washington's defense, but still, it's just like, how do you F that up? Unless they really, really are so afraid of concussions and everything, and they just want to send a message, you've got to be better when you're tackling people. You cannot do head-to-head.
More importantly, what did you think about Tyler Lockett's outfit that he was wearing? Someone said he looked like a Bond villain, and I can't unsee that.
He really
now.
did. He does. He's like,
I was like, wait a second.
Hello, Dr. No.
He's usually so chilly, like wearing a hoodie.
Well, he answered the question. Did you hear his answer to the question of why he wore that? Oh, yeah. He said because his teammates have been getting on him that he doesn't know how to dress, so he had to show up in some real threats.
That's amazing.
They've been picking on him the last several weeks and
months.
That's
fantastic.
So he thought he was. Let's just hope he's not selling homes in that thing, because if he's selling in his real estate career, real estate agent career, I hope if he's selling me a home, I don't want him showing up in that thing, whatever he was wearing.
Oh, if I showed up and that was my realtor, I'd be like, I can't afford whatever this guy's about to sell me because he looks too damn good. Like this is above my price range.
He's going to sell me. He's going to sell me a secret lair in that outfit. Is what he's going to have, a wonderful criminal base to show you. Come on over here.
I totally agree with you, by the way, guys, on the hit.
Yeah.
New York saw it. You see guys who thrust themselves head first, like a torpedo at guys, and they go head first in, and those are the guys that should be ejected. And then you see a guy trying to make a football play who does go, by the way, he does go helmet to helmet. He should have been penalized. That is a 15-yard penalty. I just don't see where it was flagrant enough to throw him out. But guys, I mean, you read the headlines.
Yeah,
they're very sensitive about this.
Yep.
There are football players every week that are committing suicide. Old football players, retired football players that are committing suicide and struggling with CTE. And every week you see another one, just another. I mean, it's endless the amount of old football players that have severe health problems. And they're trying to eliminate they think the helmet-to-helmet thing is the biggest cause.
Yeah.
When guys go helmet-to-helmet, so they're very sensitive about it.
That's why it's hard to fault New York for making the wrong decision, erring on the side of caution. It's like you want to send a message, and whether it was the right reason, still, you're right, Mitch. They've got to show that they're actively trying to prevent these injuries.
And when you go back to college, the conversation about Washington, if you watch college football on a Saturday, you see it all the time. Guys are getting thrown out. And when they get thrown out, by the way, it's different than the NFL. When a college guy via the replay gets thrown out for helmet to helmet, he gets thrown out for that game and the first half of the following game.
Wow.
Yeah. They are trying to do away with all of those helmet to helmet collisions because they think that's the biggest problem in the sport these days. So you've got a 6-3 Seattle Seahawks team that goes to the Los Angeles. How many times are we going to be heartbroken by Rams games? Let's hope that it doesn't happen this weekend.
I know, really. Let's hope we give them a little taste of their own. Beat them in their joint like they did us, and let's hope that happens.
You know what I'd like to see get more action in the games is that Zach Charbonnet guy. Like I know Kenneth Walker's our guy as well, but man, it seems like when he gets the ball, something always happens.
Yep. It was discussed on episode 262. We have a guy on named Brian Nemhauser. He brought up that exact point that Charbonnet does nothing but good things with the ball. But, it's a difficult situation they've got.
Yeah.
It's a good one. It's a first world problem, right? They've got Kenneth Walker, who's terrific, and they've got Charbonnet, who is terrific when he gets an opportunity. And for whatever reason, they haven't run the ball all that much the last few weeks. They should be running it more. As far as I'm concerned, they're very successful. So if they're not running it a lot and they've got another guy ahead of them, there's just not going to be all that many opportunities. But I agree. I think Charbonnet, and I question that draft choice. I was the first guy to say, why are you taking another running back so high in the draft when you need all these defense, when you have all these holes on defense? You should be taking defensive players. But this kid looks like the real deal. Now, he made a big mistake that almost cost him yesterday by not getting out of bounds on a swing pass.
No, you're
late.
right.
And he trucked the guy instead of just jumping out of bounds, and that almost cost them a lot. But they had to take a timeout and all that stuff. But, he's a good player, Migsy. He's a very good player.
And a lot of people have been texting. I didn't get to watch the Huskies game, and I'm hoping a lot of people saying, "Hey, talk about that Husky player that dropped the ball before getting into the end zone." We're getting a lot of texts from people asking about that.
Wow,
what happened?
I mean, it's just
is that a showboat? Was that a showboat play?
God, people want to call it a showboat play, and I guess on some level it is. But go back and look at it. The guy races 75, 80 yards down the field, and he drops the ball. I guess it's a showboat play. He drops the ball a clear yard and a half. I mean, I was watching it live, and as the game was going, as you're watching it live on TV, it's obvious.
Oh yeah,
it's so obvious.
I'm seeing the video right now.
He just drops the ball before he gets past the goal line, and it's so obvious that if you're watching it right now on your computer, there are 2 or 3 Husky players that are following him. In to celebrate, and I can't believe that none of them saw their teammate drop the ball. I would have figured one of them would have picked the freaking thing up and taken it into the end zone. But I guess all's well. That was a killer. I mean, that was was almost a disaster. I mean, they're playing for a college football playoff, and they got guys dropping the ball.
And so it was an interception
before they get across the goal.
That was going to be a pick six, and he just drops the ball.
And Utah. By the way, Utah picks it up. So they get the ball there just about a half yard from the goal line. And on the first play, you know what happens on the first play after Utah picks it up?
No.
What?
Washington jumps in and drops the guy for a safety.
So
they get 2 points and they get the ball back as a result of the following play.
So they got they got very, very lucky with that. And you're right.
Yes.
As we watch that, Mitch, it looks like it's a showboat end zone celebration to me. Yeah, because that's what you see guys just sort of go, like they're relaxed and they just let it go. He
almost does like a little bit of a ball twirl.
Yeah.
As he does it too.
Yeah, he just let it go thinking he was in the end zone, and he was not in the end zone.
He was not in the end zone.
Boy, it's that famous Steve Tasker, Leon Lett thing in the Super Bowl where you go, dude, you keep running until you can touch the goalpost. How about you just keep running until you can touch those damn goalposts?
That's exactly right. But I guess all's well that ends well. Washington 10-0.
Yep.
And they're in Corvallis this week for a really tough game. By the way, they're only a 1-point odds maker favorite, 1-point favorite in Oregon State this weekend. I think the game starts at 4:30, if I'm not mistaken, Pacific time. They win that one, then they've got the Apple Cup, and then probably a rematch with Oregon in the Pac-12 championship game for the right to go to the National College Football Playoff.
Wow.
So, yeah.
How cool is that? That's very
cool.
I mean, so the destiny is in their hands. They can make the playoff, you're saying, if they do everything, if they get W's here out.
Oh, they are automatic. They'd be a 100% certainty if they win all 3.
Wow.
If they lose one, there's a shot, depending upon which one they lose. There's a shot. There are scenarios where they could get in as a 12-1 team, but certainly, or 11-1 team, 12-1 team.
They can't lose to Oregon.
13-0.
They can't lose They can't lose the championship, though, right? Can they? They can't.
I can't imagine. No, I can't see a scenario where they would get in by losing the championship game. But I can see a few scenarios where, let's say they lose to Oregon State or Washington State, they still would get into the Pac-12 title game. Let's say they lose one of these next 2, then they play Oregon again, and they beat them again. And they're conference champions at 12-1. I could see, depending upon what happens to Alabama, Georgia, Florida State, those teams, Ohio State, Michigan, I could still see Washington. There are scenarios where Washington could get in that way. But you're right. If they do their business and win all 3, there's 3 games, essentially, they're in the college football playoff. And they're playing for a national championship.
There you go, man.
So,
of course, if they win out, then they're in.
They're in.
Yeah. I love
That's
that.
right.
MitchUnfiltered.com or wherever you get podcasts. Episode 262 is available right now. All right, Mitch, I'm hoping next Monday.
Yes.
Hoping, next Monday it's good news.
You going to be there?
Probably not. But, hey. All right, buddy. We'll talk to you later. All right, we got a karaoke host that was so annoyed by the people singing that he had to melt down and shut down. He had a meltdown, shut down the night, and we've got the audio. You're going to hear that at 8:17 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
I'm Snoop Dogg, and I'm giving up smoke. I know what you're thinking. Snoop, smoke is kind of your whole thing. But I'm done with it. I'm done with the coughing and my clothes smelling all funky. I'm going smokeless. Solo stove, fixed fire. They took out the smoke. Now you can have a nice blaze without any clouds ruining your day. Go smokeless. Go to solostove.com. Tell them Big Snoop Dogg sent you.
Dealing with an accident and injury claim can be overwhelming. Let Phillips Law Firm fight for you. We understand the pain and suffering, and we're here to guide you through. Call 1-800-JUSTICE today for a free case review, or visit justiceforyou.com and let Phillips Law Firm help you on the road to recovery.
Lovers, your local lingerie and adult store has gifts of pleasure for partners who know it's nice to be naughty. Turn up the heat this holiday when you shop at any Lovers store. Let our knowledgeable team help you select the best pleasure presents and save 20% on your purchase with Lovers Afterglow rewards. Just mention Love 20 at one of our 18 Western Washington locations. Offer valid with free Lovers Afterglow rewards membership until December 31st. Some exclusions apply.
This holiday season, give the gift of glow with Osea's limited edition Super Glow Body Set. This 3-piece kit has everything they need to exfoliate, hydrate, and glow all over. For a gift that will impress, give Osea's Super Glow Body Set. Right now, you can get the Super Glow Body Set valued at $126 for only $79 when you use code GIFT at OseaMalibu.com. That's code GIFT at OSEAMalibu.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. I love this. You got to check out this video on the BJ and Migs page of KISW.com. There's a dude, and he's singing a heavy metal song at a karaoke bar when he was suddenly cut off by the host. And the host is an older guy, and he was so mad about the singing that he shut it all down for the night.
I've had it.
He was done. Here's the audio.
Nobody's gonna holler at my microphone. Sorry. It blows my speakers out. Laugh. It's funny. There's no reason to do that.
This guy.
But you damaged my equipment.
Dude, when did you say there were rules?
What do you mean, common sense? You don't scream into a microphone. Turn on. It's time for me to go. It's funny. Everybody laugh. It's funny. Show you how much money I made in my tip jar. $13.
Oh, no.
$13. And these guys think it's funny.
I love this guy.
I guess the bar is called Boomers. No, I'm kidding. I don't know what it's called.
I love that guy. Boy, that I cannot confirm or deny that would be me if I had to host karaoke night.
So I'm reading the blurb from the guy who did perform that. I was like, what the hell is the guy even singing? He said, my friend and I attempted the karaoke Goodbye Graceful by Falling in Reverse, which is like a metal band. And then the karaoke host freaked out on us for playing the intro and all that. And then we were just on a night out in Louisville, Kentucky, stopped at the karaoke bar, and we were in shock by the old man's reaction. It was also my first attempt at doing karaoke ever, and I don't think it could have gone worse.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Everything about that is fantastic.
Oh, so they're not even regulars. They were just stopping in.
This guy, the old guy, is so great. I feel like that should be his shtick.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he should just host a karaoke night where he just hates the singers and loses his mind. And if he doesn't like what you're doing, he will turn it off.
I have to say that I've never seen that old of a karaoke host.
I have.
Oh, you have?
It was an older woman, and I remember being my buddy. It wasn't my fault, but my buddy and our little crew, we got told to stop. Like, because one of our buddies was drunk, and he was singing something, and he wasn't doing very good. It was at a bowling alley, karaoke bowling alley. I think it was in Ballard, and the lady was just like, done. You guys need to leave. I don't want to ever have you guys doing karaoke. I was just like, I didn't even do karaoke. I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I guess. Yeah. That's fantastic.
That has to be.
That's great.
I wonder if there's like a Reddit thread or like a coffee table book from karaoke hosts and like what drives them insane.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Because for a lot of these karaoke hosts, for some of them, they're like really good singers, but they were never able to like go anywhere with their singing ability. So now they host a karaoke night, and it gives them a chance while like they'll also perform, so they can show off how good of a singer they are. And then they got to deal with all these idiots that are drunk trying to sing.
Oh, I would hate it. I used to do weddings. I DJ weddings, and as the night gone on and people got drunk, they would request songs, and you're going, dude, this is not what they want at the wedding. The bride and the groom don't want this. This is a horrible song to dance to. And the drunken arguments, oh, did I hate it. And I was much younger at the time, and I hated it then. There's no way I'd want to do it now.
I know Vicky's out today, but is she the only one, or does anyone else in our crew like going to karaoke nights?
No, and the reason why, though, is it's funny, because I was going to say it's funny because Vicky's out, because a lot of times when I've gone with Vicky, she's one of those that takes it very seriously.
Right, wants to show off that she can sing.
Yeah, and it's one of those, like, I've always found that, because like that's why I don't like going, because I'm like, oh, you guys take this, like you're competing, and they sign up for 16 songs, and I'm just like,
yeah,
okay, like we're just here to drink and sing the songs that we all know. The last time we did karaoke was when we went to one of our radio conventions in Atlanta, and we were all so wasted. We all got on stage and sang Journey or something. I don't even remember what song we sang, and it was just like the best time ever. That's the kind I want to go to.
I remember we used to go to Ozzy's from time to time. My buddies would make in Queen Anne. They were like, let's go to the karaoke one. And it was like, every once in a while, it's super fun because it's like those drunk sing-along songs, like, whatever, like Billy, Idol or whatever, like the Moni Moni song, or I don't know, thinking of other crap songs that I
had.
Like Neil Diamond or whatever.
Oh, yeah,
Bon
Sweet
Jovi,
Caroline,
Journey, Europe, the Final Countdown. But then you always get that one sober person, and I would say that like a begrudging, like how dare you be sober at a karaoke night. But the one sober person that wants to sing like Celine Dion or like a sad Elton John song.
No.
And I'm like, what are we doing, man? Do this at home.
Yeah.
You're depressing us.
The last karaoke night I went to was epic, and it was epic because I got to do karaoke with Aaron Jones at the Drunken Charge birthday party.
I remember seeing the video of that.
It's so fun.
See, that's the fun version of karaoke.
And I hate karaoke. I am so nervous to get up there, but they had Turning Japanese. I know the lyrics, so I'm like, okay, I'll go up and do this one.
You knew the lyrics. I don't know if you knew the melody.
No, I didn't know the melody at all. But I knew the lyrics. You know me. I can't hear music and follow it. I'm so bad. But that's another reason why I don't like doing it, because I am very bad at that. I was recently asked if I could go golfing, and I'm going, no, you don't understand. I am uncoordinated. It is not like I'm not good. I am horrifically bad. Like, you think, okay, does this guy know how to walk? Like kind of a thing.
Like, I'm going to slow you guys down, and not in a fun way.
Same thing with karaoke, but at least you guys were nice. The people that were there were nice when they realized you're not even singing anywhere near the lyrics to the melody of this song at all. And eventually I caught up, but it took a while.
They're like, that's nice that you let that guy that doesn't even speak English go up there and perform the song.
That's why I hate karaoke. But Aaron Jones was there, and it was fun.
Of course.
Got to do it.
What a fun experience.
Yeah, and it was. But you guys are right. Aaron Jones is the guy that is the serious singer, and he doesn't even take it seriously because he's having fun.
I remember I had a girlfriend many, many years ago, and her sister's boyfriend was like a professional karaoke singer. I don't
even know what that means.
Meaning, like, he goes to show off how good of a singer he is. And I remember going once, and I'm like having fun. I'm like, oh, okay, he's going up, and like, you're a good dude. I'm thinking this is gonna be a blast. I wonder what fun song he's gonna do. I don't even know what song this was, but it was like one of those like to show off how good of a singer songs. Like, it was like a male equivalent of like Celine Dion, and I'm like watching this, and I'm like, why are we here?
Why is this happening?
Like, what is this? This is a strange thing that you're trying to show off, that you can sing.
Yeah, okay.
In a room of drunk people in Edmonds.
Yeah. Well, that's where he's going to get his big break.
All right.
Because apparently, I don't know, somebody from America's Got Talent or America's like Idol or whatever is going to be there, the voice. Hey, you're the guy.
It was Edmonds Got Talent, and they didn't even want
Edmonds didn't want the talent.
But like hard pass.
Oh, man. So you guys, you know the actor Adam Driver? You guys know him. He played Kylo Ren.
I was going to say, was he in the Starman?
Yeah.
Starman.
He was in Starman.
Star Wars movie.
Star Wars, yeah.
He was the emo guy, right?
He was the emo guy in Star Wars, yeah.
Yes.
He was also in Girls with that Lena Dunham show that was on HBO. That's where I first knew about Adam Driver. He was asked his thoughts on the crash scenes in the movie Ferrari during an audience Q&A.
And that's his new movie, right?
Yeah. Honestly, I forgot he was doing that movie. Yeah. And
I'm trying to think of who else is in that movie. I saw like.
Yeah, I know. He's the only one I remember, but I think there is, like, you're right. I think there is somebody else that's supposed to be a somebody that I can't remember.
Yeah, the female roles. I think somebody that's a big name. This is terrible.
It's like, I know. We already. We're telling you, it's a fantastic movie. We don't know anybody.
Penelope Cruz.
Yes.
Yeah, Penelope Cruz.
That's it. Yes, and it's all about the Enzo Ferrari guy.
Yeah, and Penelope Cruz, by the way. Just that's all I want to say.
This is a big Christmas movie.
Yeah. Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, all right. There we go. Yeah, there was a little bit about the Ferraris in that. Oh my gosh, the other car movie that was out of the Ford movie.
Yes.
And I think there was some sort of you sort of got some ancillary sort of about Ferraris, and so Adam Ferrari or Adam Driver. By the way, Adam Driver, perfect guy to do a movie about cars. He's in a Q&A. Audience member decides to say, you know what? Your crash scenes in that movie were cheesy. And Adam's response was classic. He just said, F you, pal.
What do you think about crash scenes? That they looked pretty harsh, drastic, and I must say, cheesy for me. What do you think about them?
You, I don't know. All right, Adam Driver just became my favorite actor. Just for that alone.
First of all, what do you want him to say? He didn't do the special effects. He didn't rig up all of the the stuff that they had to do to make that happen. He was just in whatever scene it was in.
Amazing. So this is like one of those, like, he shows up to the movie theater for a screening, and I think audience members that aren't necessarily like movie critics, which I think is fun because then you just don't know what you're going to get. Because I don't think a movie critic would probably have the courage, or maybe they would, I don't know, but like to say something like that, saying it's cheesy. And I love that an audience member is just like, hey, star of the movie.
Yeah.
I thought the scenes were kind of cheesy.
Well, F you, pal.
That was a great response.
Nice work, Adam. Nice work, Adam Driver. I saw a movie over the weekend. I went out and got that done. It was opening weekend for The Marvels.
The Marvels.
Shocker that I saw a superhero movie, but I did.
There's another. So now they're not even like trying. Like, there's another Marvel movie, and they just call it The Marvels.
Yes, it's basically Captain Marvel and two other people, and they're trying to like say, one's actually called Ms. Marvel. So there are two Marvels in it. So there you go. You got the Marvels, and the third person doesn't want a name, and so that's the movie. And it opened up badly, only $47 million at the domestic box office, the worst start in the history of the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
I'll be honest, until right now, I didn't even know this movie was coming out. So, I mean, maybe it's a testament to how badly marketed it was.
Well, it was pushed back a lot of reshoots, a lot of retools. So this movie hasn't really, at least within the fandom, it hasn't had a lot of positive pub. And but the thing is that I went to the movie and I really liked it. I thought it was a fun movie, and they had it in an hour and 40-something minutes. And you know me, I'm like, why do they got to make these things 2.5 hour to 3 hour monster pieces?
But how many little like Easter eggs were in the credits after that?
There were two.
Okay.
I didn't stay for the last one because they told me on Run P what it was, and I'm like, I don't need to see that.
I'm good. Let's get out of here. Beat the rush.
But the first one was definitely, if you're a fan, very impactful and cool. But talking to Joey Dees, and Joey Dees, if he wants to comment,
did he go see it too?
He didn't. He doesn't want to see it. He has no desire to see it, and he's as much of a superhero movie guy as I am. But Joey Dees,
now he's got a girlfriend,
Oh, is that? Yeah,
he doesn't want to do these nerdy things anymore.
I don't got time for the movies anymore, man. No, I saw the trailer. There was no villain. I didn't like any of the characters in it. I just didn't think there was time.
Yeah, and what is the?
It looks like superhero Charlie's Angels. Is that what's going on here?
It really does. What was that Iman, the Iman actress' last name, Steve? I just want to give her credit. Can you read that? You can't see it. Yeah, she's the one.
I need glasses to read that small.
I know. I can't see it either.
Iman Vellani.
Yeah, Iman Vellani.
Khan.
Yeah, she's Kamala Khan, also Ms. Marvel. There was a TV show based on her as well on the Disney network. But that actor, Iman Vellani, is fantastic. She steals every scene that she's in, and she's delightful. She really is. And she basically plays a fangirl who also has superpowers. And so she's a super fangirl for Captain Marvel, to the point where it's like, Captain Marvel gets to see her bedroom, and it's embarrassing how many posters of herself that she sees in this kid's bedroom. And it's but it's fun. It's a fun movie. That's the sad thing. Out of all the Marvel movies I've seen recently, this might be the one that I've enjoyed the most, and yet the box office is really not good.
Do you think people are just done?
They might
need
be
a little bit of a break.
They might be
like Marvel fatigue.
Yeah. You may be right about this. I feel like there's a lot of that. They just wrapped up the Loki TV show on Disney Plus, which I liked, but I don't know how well loved that whole thing is because again, it might be the fatigue.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So,
Kids Baking Championships is going pretty well.
Is it going good? Okay, I'm happy to hear that because I was wondering if people would get fatigued with that.
I watch.
Yeah. Well, too. You got to do what you got to do, right? You know, you're a captive in your own home to
Sometimes.
to the child, to your wife, and maybe you'll get some wrestling in there.
Yeah, I want to get in that freaking Sylvester Stallone documentary that I hear is really good.
Oh,
on
I
Netflix.
didn't know. Oh, there's a doc about him.
Yeah, I heard it's really good too. I just haven't gotten around to getting to watch it yet.
But yeah, I didn't even know about it. So okay.
Yeah, it kind of came up out of nowhere. I'm like, I still haven't even watched the Arnold Schwarzenegger one yet.
There's a documentary about him?
Yes.
Did we talk about this on the show?
Yes.
Did I forget it again?
Yes.
Okay, then.
We talked about the Sly one. It's just called Sly.
Yeah.
on
And we
Netflix.
did talk about that
Yeah.
before?
91% is the
I
audience
don't remember
score.
talking about that one.
I don't either.
I thought we did.
No.
Okay.
Because remember I was telling you guys I've never seen a Sylvester Stallone movie before.
Yeah, I feel like we
Oh,
might have just had another conversation about Sylvester Stallone that had nothing to do with the
It's not
documentary.
good,
Maybe
Steve.
that's what it is.
Steve, yeah, it's not
I
good
don't
if we
know.
did talk about it.
You might be
forgot.
right.
Yeah, it's bad.
I mean, I thought about it. I just didn't know if we ever talked about it.
That's what happens to me a lot. The problem is it goes the other way, and I think that can talk about things that I'm not supposed to. Next thing you know, somebody's baby is spoiled.
Oh, yeah,
What
that
are you
happens.
gonna do? That sometimes happens.
It happens.
On Friday, Steve did get this one wrong.
What are animals that have no backbones called?
Oh my gosh, what the heck is it?
What is it?
Endoskeletons.
No.
Endochine.
No.
Arachnophobia.
No.
Yes. You did good, though.
I don't know the answer.
I mean, you did good not knowing what you're doing. Invertebrate. You were very close to not being right.
Super wrong.
You want a shot at being Steve? You've got it. 206-803-ROCK. We're playing Beat Migs, doing that at 847 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. Here's a question from a listener. My house is currently in foreclosure. I've stopped making payments. What can I do to save my house?
If you're already in foreclosure behind on your mortgage, you can stop the foreclosure by filing a bankruptcy. There's different types of bankruptcy. Chapter 13 can help you catch up on your house payments if you're behind. It would mean that you'd have to start making your house payments again and catch up on the amount that you're behind over 5 years. You could also take off or strip off your second mortgage, which would help you to reduce your housing payment every month, especially once you're done with the plan and done catching up on your first mortgage. We could also try to buy you some time by filing a Chapter 13 case. Filing a Chapter 13 would definitely stop your foreclosure.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. And thanks for listening.
I'm Snoop Dogg, and I'm giving up smoke. I know what you're thinking. Snoop, smoke is kind of your whole thing. But I'm done with it. I'm done with the coughing and my clothes smelling all funky. I'm going smokeless. Solo stove, fixed fire. They took out the smoke. Now you can have a nice blaze without any clouds ruining your day. Go smokeless. Go to solostove.com. Tell them Big Snoop Dogg sent you.
Are you dealing with a personal injury? Don't go it alone. Turn to the experienced team at Phillips Law Firm. Their attorneys have helped thousands of clients get the compensation they deserve. Call Phillips Law Firm now. Call 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.
Lovers, your local lingerie and adult store has gifts of pleasure for partners who know it's nice to be naughty. Turn up the heat this holiday when you shop at any Lovers store. Let our knowledgeable team help you select the best pleasure presents and save 20% on your purchase with Lovers Afterglow rewards. Just mention Love 20 at one of our 18 Western Washington locations. Offer valid with free Lovers Afterglow rewards membership until December 31st. Some exclusions apply.
Find your perfect fit with a custom suit from Indochino. From timeless classics to bold statements, you can express your style exactly how you want. Get 10% off any purchase of $3.99 or more at INDOCHINO.com with code PODCAST.
I'm Snoop Dogg, and I'm giving up smoke. I know what you're thinking. Snoop, smoke is kind of your whole thing. But I'm done with it. I'm done with the coughing and my clothes smelling all funky. I'm going smokeless. Solo stove, fix 5. They took out the smoke. Now you can have a nice blaze without any clouds ruining your day. Go smokeless. Go to solostove.com. Tell them Big Snoop Dogg sent you.
Have you or a loved one been injured in an accident? Are you struggling to recover fair compensation? Look no further. At Phillips Law Firm, the experienced personal injury attorneys will fight for your rights and get you the justice and compensation you deserve. They handle a wide range of cases, including car accidents, slip and falls, medical malpractice, and workplace injuries. Justice is a phone call away, so don't wait. Call today for a free case review. Call 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle, presenting Green Day. That's right, man. Smashing Pumpkins, Rancid joining Green Day at T-Mobile Park on September 23rd next year. And all this week, we got a code word for you that will give you an opportunity to win tickets to the show. I got a code word right now.
Oh, let's do it.
Okay, this is going to be very surprising because, you know, it's for Green Day, so this word's not going to make any sense. The code word is around. Doesn't make any sense at all.
I don't know. Yeah, we'll come around. We'll tell you.
Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome, man. I can't wait to see Green Day again.
Around is the code word. Text the word around right now to 206-803-ROCK. That's your chance at winning tickets to see Green Day. You want all the info? You know where to go. KISW.com.
Let's play Beat Migs.
It's time to play the game. So everybody scream his name. Beat Migs. Don't be a loser. Whoa. Beat Migs. You're a loser.
Who's ready to be Migs? I know Brian from Tacoma is. Brian, are you there?
I am.
All right, Steve, now get out.
Goodbye.
For those playing at home, Brian has 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. You can pass all you want, but you will only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Born ready.
The children's musical group The Wiggles typically wear red, yellow, blue, and what other color?
Green.
No.
Orange.
No.
Purple.
Yes.
There we go.
What beverage company has used the slogan, "Is it in you"?
Pepsi, Coke,
No.
Budweiser.
No. What band had the hit songs Long Way Down and Iris?
Google Doll.
Yes. What does the M stand for in the medical imaging MRI?
Magnetic.
Yes. What team is tied with the New England Patriots for most Super Bowl wins?
Packers,
No.
Steelers, 49ers.
Yes. Who did Jason Alexander play in the sitcom Seinfeld?
You can do it.
You all right?
You can do it, Brian.
Yeah, I know it.
Don't hurt yourself. Or you should pass, maybe.
Pass.
Beginning with V, what is the meat of a deer called?
Venison.
Yes.
Well, at least you got that.
And with that, you get 5 correct.
You know, he was so mad about the Seinfeld thing, though. He's not going to be happy.
I've literally seen every episode.
I know.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not going to be pretty because Steve will know that one.
Well, hopefully he doesn't know some of the other ones.
All right, yeah, but if that's the difference maker, Brian's going to quit life. You see what he did when he couldn't get the answer.
I know.
If he loses based on that,
Yikes.
he's going to tip the whole house over.
Steve, are you ready?
Yes.
The children's musical group The Wiggles typically wear red, yellow, blue, and what other color?
Green?
No.
No, sir.
Yellow. Oh.
No.
Orange?
No.
Purple?
Yes. What beverage company has used the slogan, "Is it in you"?
Beverage company.
Coconut milk.
No.
Coke?
No.
Pepsi.
No. What band had the hit songs Long Way Down and Iris?
Oh, crap. Goo Goo Dolls.
Yes. What does the M stand for in the medical imaging MRI?
Medical?
No.
Nice try.
Magnified?
No.
Magnet?
No.
Oh, magnetic.
Yes.
Damn it.
What team is tied with the New England Patriots for the most Super Bowl wins?
Team tied. The Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yes.
Nice.
Who did Jason Alexander play in the sitcom
George
Seinfeld?
Costanza.
Yes.
Yeah.
Beginning with a V, what is the meat of a deer called?
Venison.
Yes.
Yes.
Who was the third president of the United States?
Adams.
No.
Oh, wait, Jefferson.
Yes, but too
Damn it.
late.
Too late.
With that, you get 5 correct, which is a tie. 5-5.
Costanza was the difference maker. You should have lost. Brian couldn't think
No,
of
I
George's
should have
name.
won.
Oh, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I got a couple right, but it was too late.
Yeah, or you had too many guesses.
That too. There's that too.
You were so close. It's magnetic.
Still,
You
tie is
got-
okay. Brian, appreciate it, buddy.
Thank you.
Yeah, there you go. I like ties, so at least it's no song.
What beverage company has used the slogan, "Is it in you"?
Is it Mountain Dew?
No.
Ooh.
I drink it a lot when I'm hungover.
Pedialyte.
No.
Gatorade. Yep, Gatorade.
Oh, Gatorade. Yes, of course.
Is it in you? Yeah. And does anyone know the third president of the United States? Jefferson. Thomas
Yeah, I was
Jefferson.
gonna say, wait a second.
You eventually got that
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
But it was
Too
too
late.
late.
Yeah, sorry, buddy.
Congratulations on tying, I guess.
Yeah, good for you. You're
super duper.
You're a great player. We got 15,000 people who actually took an online poll on embarrassing moments to see how common they are. Now, I like this because it's a poll with a lot of people.
That is a lot. That's
Yeah.
more than like sometimes they'll be like, oh, no, a big poll in America done with 200 people. I'm like, 200 people in the entire country?
That's not going to do it.
That's a half-ass poll.
So 15,000 people said, here are the top embarrassing moments that most of us can relate to. And the big one is still tripping and falling in public. People
Yeah.
just hate that.
Yeah. The last time do you remember the last time you just fell in an embarrassing way?
You know me.
I know it happens a lot, but do you ever it happen recently?
Yes. Well, maybe 2 years ago, because that's when I turned my ankle again. When my ankle just gave out, and there were people around me, and and they're like, "Hey, we help!" Like I'm just like, cause of course, the older I get, the more people go, "You poor man," and it's like, oh, this has been happening my whole life. I have weak ankles, and it's just,
Mine happened at Bumbershoot this past year.
Oh, so this just recently happened to you.
And it was, I didn't fully fall, but I fell enough. But what made it embarrassing was because of the circumstances. I ran to like the food court, got some tater tots. I was really fired up about these tater tots. I was hungry. I was going to go back to the area where we were doing the wrestling event with the Grit City Wrestling folks. And and I'm holding those tater tots, and they're fresh, but they're hot. So I'm like, I can't eat them just yet. So I'm just like holding them like a waiter. And I'm walking. And if you've ever been to Seattle Center, they now have like these grass giant speed bumps. I don't even know how else to describe them.
Yes, yeah.
I think it's like some artsy thing, and they're cool looking, and they're easy to notice during the day. I was walking at night, and I was walking with intent, and I just hit one, and then like stumbled and nearly toppled over. But the embarrassing part was my damn tater tots just like went in the air like
oh no,
like in those movies or cartoons where it's like slow motion. These tater tots are flying, and I'm like trying to catch a couple, and I'm like, no, I just spent like $12, way too much money on these tater tots. And the people around me are like, nice recovery, but they were all laughing.
I don't blame them, but
I don't
also
blame
it's
them
very
either.
sad though. I do miss the tater tots for you.
Oh, I was so bummed. I was just like, I'm not going back to go get these things again. It took because they were freshly made, so it took a minute to have them made, and they were a little overpriced.
And you didn't do the 5-second rule?
Well, there were people laughing at me, so I really didn't want to. I guess I could have doubled down at that point.
Yeah.
I mean, there was still like 3 or 4 tater tots left in the little holder, like the little carton container.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed those, and they were delicious.
Oh, man. That's tough, I know. When people are around you, you go, I can't let you see me look like an animal, but I'll look like an animal in my own time.
That happened actually this week. I dropped a French fry in the locker room at the wrestling thing. And I picked it up, and the buddy I was in the locker room with, he's like, oh, man, for a second I thought you were going to eat that. I'm like, no. He turned around, and I ate it.
No, I had to I want to make sure nobody steps on it.
I'm just trying to find a garbage to throw away. I'm not a savage.
See you later, buddy. I'm going to go search for a garbage can around this corner that you can't see.
Totally put it in my mouth.
That's fantastic. I mean, look
Come on, 5-second rule.
It was like 2 seconds.
Come on, there's probably worse things that we touch than that. Probably
That night.
Yeah. Hey. Yeah. So that's so people just don't like a trip and fall, and people also don't like texting the wrong person. That's number 2 on the list.
Yeah, that's bound to happen. Luckily, I never text anything that's like salacious or bad or naughty or anything like that. So I never have to. It's more just like, love you, I'm on my way home, and then it'll be like just like Mitch leaves and be like, well, okay, cool, I didn't know you were coming over.
I like to do that to Mitch anyway, just because it's like, you know what? Oh no, Mitch, I meant that for you. I'm
love
coming
you,
over.
on my way home, Mitch.
On my way home, Mitch. Better make room. This one is me, and that's trying to take a sip of something, completely missing your mouth. And, and usually with drink or food, I do that all the time.
I do that way too much.
It's so embarrassing.
And my wife always laughs at me. She's like, you have a drinking problem? I'm like, I guess I do.
Yeah. Dude, why? It's like, sometimes, I don't know what it is, or like sometimes I misjudge how the water's going to come out of the thing. Or also what happens is when I take a sip too quick and put it down and the water flies out.
Yep.
And I'm just like, but if it's not water and it's coffee, and you're done.
The worst is when I have a drink that has a straw in it. Something in my brain says, oh, there's a lid on that, too. So I grab it and tilt it back after the straw, and then I had liquid just pouring on my pants.
I know.
And it looked like I soiled myself. I'm just like, I shouldn't eat in public.
I really, it is so bad. And, for me, with pizza, dropping it all over myself, because it's like the watery pizza, but it's the good one, where it's just like, oh, it's got all these toppings, and I fold it over and think I've mastered it, and and the next thing you know, it's like, hey, buddy, what the hell happened to you? I'm like, oh, hey, that's lunch. That's great. How about this one? And I like this one. This does happen. The door says pull, but you push.
Oh, every day.
These the embarrassing things that happen to us.
You're at work, and then that locks when you push the wrong way.
I hate that, because I think one of our doors is push, and it's like we have 2 doors to get in. It's super high-tech security here.
Oh, yeah.
And they're like within feet from each other. And I think one's a push and one's a pull, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
I always screw them up.
I don't know why they can't figure that out. Like, why didn't they make them both the same way?
Yeah. I'm the idiot that will push on something when there's a sign that straight up just says pull right in front of it. Yeah.
I argue, though, that sometimes they make them hard to see so that they can see how much of an idiot I am.
Well, how many people are actually reading that anyway? You just
apparently
assume.
not many.
I'm not one of them, I'll tell you.
This one is called deep liking something on social media. They call it low grade stalking when you like an old post from years ago.
Oh, yeah. I've had that happen.
Yeah.
Where I remember I was in a locker room many years ago, and I was telling someone, we were talking about somebody, like, yeah, do you know that one girl? Like, how hot her pictures are or something. And I showed it to one of the dudes. He's like, no, I don't know who that is. I would pull him up on Instagram, the girl, and hand it to him. And he thought it was Facebook, where you hit the button, you hit the picture, and you double click it, and it'll zoom in.
Oh.
So before I could even stop, he double clicks it, and now he's liking a picture from 4 years ago on my account. And I'm like, I don't know what to do now.
Oh, you just deep liked.
Yeah, I was like, I quickly unliked it, but I don't know if it still shows up.
Yeah, I guess about half of us say they've done this without thinking, not realizing that it sends a message. I always feel weird liking or hearting an attractive woman's attractive picture. It's definitely designed to be, hey man, I'm hot. And I just feel weird, well, I don't know if I should do this.
I almost, if I'm just randomly looking on Instagram, I might like every single post that I'm going through, as long as it's nothing douchey, So if it's an attractive picture of a girl, I'm like, yeah, I like it. She clearly put it up there hoping to get likes. Here I am to help you. There's not really anything. I
got to think of that. Yeah. That's a nice way to look at it.
Yeah, I used to think how you're thinking, I'd overthink it, oh, they're going to think I want to have sex with them. And I'm like, wait a second. No, they're just hoping that they're going to get likes. Otherwise, why are you putting these up on social media?
Yeah, that's a good point.
So I was like, oh, I like it too. Okay, cool.
All right. I'm going to try to keep that in mind.
Just don't slide into their DMs and be like, I really like that picture.
Oh, that's bad?
No.
Too late. I thought that was a more personal touch, sliding into the DMs. How do I know? Anyway, those are the really embarrassing things that we all agree are embarrassing. But for me, the falling down in public and spilling food all over myself is my thing.
I did see one that actually made me think of something that happened one time going across the border, because it's mishearing someone and replying with an answer that makes no sense.
Oh, that happens all the time to me.
Dude, that happened to me one time crossing the border for a hockey tournament. And when you go over the border, where are you going? All these questions. They ask you a million things. And then somebody going to a hockey tournament, tell them all this stuff, and then they always ask, do you have a weapon on you or a gun on you? They always say that. And they must have said something like gun, I think, because I heard the G. And I responded with, oh, yeah, of course. And the guy's like, what? You really do? I'm like, yeah, it's in the back. He's like, you have a gun in the back of your car? I said, no, I thought you said gear. because I have my hockey gear. I was like, no. Like now I'm like stuttering. I'm like, I swear I don't have a gun. I've only shot a gun a couple. I don't own a gun.
Don't volunteer that information.
Right. I'm like, you know how you kind of get like diarrhea of the mouth in a sense.
Oh, wow.
It was because I misheard him. I thought he said gear, like hockey gear.
Yeah.
And he said gun. Or weapon. I don't know what I heard.
That sounds like a great comedy movie scene where nobody knows what the other one's saying, and next thing you know, you're getting hauled away in chains.
1 hour later, after they searched the gear, and it's like, oh,
you said there was a gun back here. No, I really.
Actually, that time he started laughing because he could tell I was just like, he's like, this guy's an idiot.
Yeah. But that's me. So I can't throw stones. I mishear things all the time, and I'm having conversations. And when I see people's faces completely confused, I'm like, am I responding to the wrong? Like, did they not ask what I think they asked?
And you said you would like some broccoli when I just said, how's your day?
I know. Oh, I was giving this long story because I thought they asked me about a subject and they just told me that they liked the subject. And I thought they literally asked me, hey, what are you doing about the Thanksgiving? As opposed to, hey, we really like Thanksgiving. And so I start going into all these plans. Yeah, we're going to get some turkey, but I don't know because we get, and they're just looking at me like, why are you going into this? And then finally, I'm like, wait, did you ask me about Thanksgiving? No. We said we were looking forward to Thanksgiving, and then you just launched into this whole thing about all your plans and everybody in your family that you have to keep happy.
But we now know the drama with you and your daughter involving a pie. Oh. That's great, BJ.
And it's so embarrassing when you see people's just life fade from their faces, and they go, I don't understand. You asked me this question. Why are you looking so disinterested? And then it's like, oh, you didn't ask.
They're looking at each other like, what just happened?
And I don't hear very well. Hey, it is time, though, for listeners on the loose, which means you get to talk to us, and it could be about anything you want, and we'll try to hear you properly when you do. 206-803-ROCK. You pick the topic. You guide the show. You can call us. You can text us at 206-803-ROCK. Listeners on the loose at 917 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. It's Listeners on the Loose, where you pick the topic, you guide the show. 206-803-ROCK. Number to call, number to text. Only one rule.
And that's to show some energy and bring it. Otherwise, we're going to gong you and then say goodbye to you.
Goodbye, old friend.
206-803-ROCK. That is the number to call. That is the number to text. Daniel on I-5. You are on The Rock.
Hola!
Hola, Daniela. It's been a while. Hey, buddy.
Hey, so you guys are talking about embarrassing stories that happened to you. Well, I got one for y'all.
All right, let's hear it, Daniel, before I get irritated at you.
Okay, so I was in this pre-period before I was dating this girl, and I was in college. So we went to a movie that the college was kind of putting on in one of their classrooms. The movie went fine. Everything was going well. We were all filing out of the classroom. And I walked straight into a window because they got these really long, clear windows.
Oh, yeah.
No, it was amazing. I had my glasses on and everything. I was just full on walk into it. That was amazing.
You know what, Daniel? I love that because it's the greatest thing ever when you see somebody do it, and it's the worst thing when you do it.
I've had it happen here at work at our old building. Remember that big glass door?
Yeah.
That had no frame to it. It was just a big glass door with the handle, but like, I was just, distracted, probably on my phone, and I walked right into it. Yeah. I was like, the receptionist at the time, she's just like, how long have you been here? I'm like, I know. I have no excuse. I'm an idiot.
That's Daniel. I appreciate that, buddy. That's a good one. That's great.
I remember one time when we went to a hockey tournament in Spokane. I was staying. I think it was like the Holiday Inn or one of those places. You know how they have like those automatic accordion doors?
Yes.
And I was hung over, and they're all waiting for me outside. And they're like, I'm still walking slowly, and I just assumed it was going to open because that's what the accordion doors do. Like you don't have to physically open them, but there must have been something going on where like the door didn't open on its own, and I just walked straight into it.
Yes,
and it would just insult to injury because I was already hungover as all hell, and now I just walked into a door, and all of my buddies saw it, and they were just dying laughing at me.
That's fantastic.
Yeah,
it's the greatest thing. It is the greatest thing to see somebody walk into a window or a glass wall. It is just like,
I've never seen someone break one of them though. That would be
not
pretty
yet.
Epic. Yeah.
Yeah, not yet. That's why for me, I very rarely walk with my phone. because I just know I will get severely hurt.
You would probably walk into traffic and not realize
Yeah. And as I see people who are a lot more capable than I am still doing stuff like that, you're like, what are you? Hello.
You'd be that person that walked into like one of those manholes or one of those like, you know, it feels like in the story in the news where they just keep walking, they topple over and go into it.
Yeah. Oh, that great video, that woman that did it at the mall went right into the fountain.
The fountain one that's one of my favorite ones.
Love that one.
We got a lot of text about this, so I think we need to address the elephant in the room.
All right. 206-803-ROCK, the number to call, number to text.
Guys, I've seen some of the pictures on social media. We need to know the truth. Did Joey actually like Dion's pizza?
Oh, yes.
So Danny and Joey went on a little guys trip to Albuquerque, New Mexico, Danny's old stomping grounds.
Yeah.
Home of Dion's Pizza.
Why would anybody, even people that live there, want to go back? But they did, and Joey went for the, okay.
So you took Joe.
I took Joe. First time taking him to Albuquerque. I guess apparently the Southwest, because Joe was just very amazed with everything in Albuquerque.
Because he used to live in Arizona. He doesn't remember any of that?
Okay, this place is weird.
All right. Okay.
I would agree to that, and I've never been there.
Okay.
All right.
Do you guys know that the desert has trees? I always thought that there were no trees in the desert.
I never really put any thought of what the greenery was like in the desert, so no, I did not know that.
Yeah,
bro, he was you would have thought he was like tripping on like mushrooms or acid, or
was he?
He's like, no, we landed. That's all he could talk about. He's like, man, there's a lot of trees here, guys. Look at all the trees. And my girlfriend was like, yeah, there's trees, Joe. And he's like, no, but like there's like colors and there's trees everywhere. Like there's no trees anywhere in the desert.
Although Joe did tell me something that I did not know about the weather in New Mexico.
What's that?
It's wild. Okay, first day, 50 degrees, full sun, no cloud in the sky. I wake up the next morning and it's snowing.
Yeah.
Oh, it's already snowing time in New Mexico?
I mean, it's always kind of snowing in time in New Mexico, but you just wait 15 minutes and then it's
That's
back
what I'm saying.
to
Like,
normal.
it's like at one point it's like 70 degrees, the next minute it's snowing.
Yeah.
Because of like how like the sun hits.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah,
it is very weird.
It freaked all of us out, to be honest with you. When we woke up Friday morning and all of a sudden there's like an inch of snow on the ground, and it was coming down hard too.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I would be like, I'm sure I wouldn't have dressed for that. Oh, I don't know. I'm not going to New Mexico.
And I heard they have trees there.
Dude, it's like an oasis. Everywhere else is a desert. It's like you fly into Vegas thinking there's going to be nothing. It's a similar vibe, except there's a bunch of trees everywhere in the middle.
You and your trees.
It was like a full East Coast fall.
More importantly, did you like the pizza?
Okay, Dion's Pizza. Here's my review.
Okay.
Smells great. Comes out hot, piping fresh. I take a bite. Pretty good. I wouldn't say it was in my top 5.
Oh!
But-
It's top 3!
But, hold on. When you cover it in their house-made green chili ranch dressing, then it's top 3 pizza.
Oh.
So the dressing is that good.
Dude, it's amazing. And I feel like the pizza was made just to be a vehicle for the ranch, because it's like the perfect kind of like almost breadstick, but pizza. It's delicious.
All right, Danny, how you feel about that review?
I mean, I will say that Joe kept talking about Dion's Pizza the entire time we were there, and I had to take him back for a second trip before we decided to come back to Seattle. So I don't necessarily know if I believe him that he doesn't think that it's the top 5, just the pizza itself. But yes, the ranch is amazing.
I you know what? I like that review. I think there might be something to it.
So now we got to get our hands on the ranch dressing.
Yeah.
Well, you guys have tried the ranch. I've brought it here before.
Well, now after hearing Joe review it,
You want to try it again?
yeah, and then we have to get some pizza, some like basic ass pizza, like Dion's is. It sounds like.
Wow.
Yeah, let's get let's get like DiGiorno's or something. You know?
Okay, DiGiorno's. That's high end, man.
Yeah, just
I was thinking like Mr. P's pizza.
Okay, fair enough.
It's like $1 thing.
Let's get Mr. P's and get the that hatch chili dressing because I think Joey's onto something. It probably is why it is good pizza when you mix it together, but by itself, it's probably not top 5.
Be like having a chicken McNugget without any sauce.
Yeah, so
Like,
that changes
it's
everything.
Fine. But once you add like sweet and sour, personally, I know everyone else has other opinions on that, but they're all wrong. But like if you dip it in that sweet and sour, next thing you know, it's a game changer.
Yeah, for me, I can't have a mod pizza without topping it with a little barbecue.
Their barbecue sauce is ridiculous.
Yeah, see, that's the same thing. It's like I wonder if I like the pizza or if I like the fact that the barbecue sauce is just so delicious and it makes everything taste good.
We went to Mod and I got a pizza that was not the barbecue base of the sauce because I usually do that. And it was really good, but I was like, man, I really miss that barbecue sauce.
Yeah. That's why no matter what I get, I go, throw a little sprinkle at the end.
Just a squirty, squirty.
Yeah,
Can you give me a little squirt of the barbecue sauce?
It is listeners on the loose, 206-803-ROCK, the number to call, the number to text.
So say, hey, I know it's a week late, Migs, but how was Kiss? Haha.
Oh, yeah, because that was the final show that you're probably ever going to see, right?
Unless they change their mind, which I'm completely fine with. But it was last Monday at the Climate Pledge Arena. First time seeing a concert at Climate Pledge. I now understand why everyone talks about the sound there. Sound was incredible.
Wow.
Dude, this was one of the greatest concert experiences of my life. I went with my buddy Craig, and we were all fired up. We're like, going to go see Kiss together. And we had good enough seats. They were in section 114, which... If you've never been to Climate Pledge, it's really at the 200 level.
Yeah.
So we're like in the 200 level. Totally fine. It's Kiss. It's a spectacle.
Yes.
But you know when we had Craig Gass in studio, before he left, he said, hey, let me know if you need, better seats. Hit me up. And I'm like, I never bother anyone. I never take anyone up on their favors. But I was like, I'm going to take him up on that favor.
Yeah.
So I text Craig. I'm like, hey, I'm in this section. If you could do better, let me know. And his response was, well, section 114 is actually a pretty good section. I'm like, okay, that's his way of saying he's not going to be able to make it happen. I'm like, all right.
Okay.
There. Lesson learned, hit somebody up for a favor that they offered. I was like, whatever. I was giving him a hard time. A couple days go by. Now the Kiss show happens. Go to the Climate Pledge. We're sitting in our seats. Get a text from Craig Gass. And he's like, hey, you in 114, right? I'll come meet up with you. I'm like, all right, cool. He shows up. He gives us seats of Gene Simmons' guitar pick. I'm like, that's cool.
Nice.
Clearly couldn't get the upgrade, and that's fine. But man, a pick? That's awesome. He goes, okay, now follow me. I'm like, oh. So now we go down. And it's typical Craig Gass. Like, if you've ever been with Craig going anywhere, it's always like,
you wonder.
It's not like it's illegal, but it's not the up and up. You know what I mean? I remember going to see when we were there in Arizona for the Super Bowl weekend. He snuck us through a back door to go into a Aerosmith or a Steven Tyler private concert. It's never you're legitimately getting in. So he's like, okay, you guys cool with being fluid? I'm like, I don't know what that means, but yes. Takes us down to the floor. Go to the floor. We're past the soundboard where Mike McCready and Sean Kinney are on. I'm like, oh, we're going into that area, little VIP thing. No, that's not the case. I'm like, okay, that makes sense. Why do they want us there? Proceeds to walk us 10 rows back from the stage. Whoa. And says, I've been watching. Nobody's been sitting in these seats. And it's 2 songs in, not even that long. He's like, if you're cool with sitting here and if someone shows up moving, just, take these seats. I'm like, all right. No one showed up.
What?
So for the rest of the set, which was 95% of their set, we're sitting 10 rows back.
Wow.
Lifelong Kiss fan. I've never sat on the floor or, stood on the floor, whatever, for a Kiss concert. Now here I am, 10 rows back. I could see Gene's wrinkles in his makeup. You know what I mean? I could see the blood coming out of his mouth when he does that. And Paul Stanley. And I'm just like, this is like a dream come true for a Kiss fan. It was one of the best experiences because of that.
Look at Craig Gass, man.
He came through big, man. I owe a lot to Craig Gass for that.
That's awesome.
Sorry I ever doubted you, Craig.
He is. I mean, he like you said, by hook or by crook, and sometimes it's by crook. He gets it done.
There's a picture.
Look at how close
I put on
you
my
are.
social media. Yeah, it's insane, dude. How close I was.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was nuts, man. It was so much fun.
It almost makes me feel better about Peter Criss.
It's funny part, speaking of Peter Criss, so Eric Singer's now their drummer, and he comes out and does Beth. And I don't know if it's necessarily fully true. I know they use vocal tracks to help. And I don't care. It's Kiss. It's a spectacle. You're not really going because you expect them to fully perform those songs anymore. They're pushing mid-70s, if not 80.
Yeah.
Eric Singer comes out to do Beth on a piano, and Craig's like, yeah, it's not even him singing. It's totally Peter Criss singing.
Wow.
And I was like, that's hilarious. He's like, and he's not even playing the piano. And I don't know if he was telling me the truth or just effing with me. He goes, there's not even keys on that thing. And I was just like, I'm okay with that. I don't even care. I don't even care. He's just moving his hands and pretending that he's singing Beth. I'm okay with that.
And the Milli Vanilli guys are going, are you kidding me?
There's violin playing at the end, the string section. There's no string section up there. I didn't care.
That's fantastic.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
Only problem was we're down that low, and it's like I had to go to the bathroom because I had a couple of drinks. My buddy Craig was driving, so I'm like, I'm going to have some of these cracking spiced rum drinks that they make at Climate Pledge.
Yeah.
Which they were a lot more expensive than I realized until I looked at my statement. Because I was just like, well, I'll buy another one. But then all of a sudden, your bladder's like, time to go.
Yeah.
Rhymes with Kiss. And I'm like, I don't want to leave these seats because I don't know if I'll get back down.
Yeah, you're right.
So I had to hold it for the entire show.
Oh, man.
Dude, once they finished, it was like rock and roll all night and pee the rest of the day. I ran so fast to the bathroom, and it was like I took forever.
Man.
Worth it, though.
Yeah, definitely. Look at Craig
I'm complaining
Gass.
about the dumbest things, but it was so much fun.
That's why I wear a diaper.
I should have.
Yeah. Oh, who knew? You didn't know you were going to be in the fancy section.
It was incredible, dude.
Oh, man.
And my buddy Craig, he went online to see how much. These were like $700 tickets.
Whoa.
Like,
what? Who doesn't show up for those?
either were they not sold or did they not show up?
I love that Craig Gass was just spotting them and going, okay, I got a spot for us.
So great. Yeah.
Wow.
And then, hey, I think Paul Stanley and Gene would prefer to have people sitting in those seats than go to waste.
Well, yeah, and especially Craig's. You guys paid to get in, just not that much, but you paid to get in.
Well, I got to take it from work.
Okay, so somebody paid. Okay, somebody printed those tickets up.
There were giveaways and nobody picked up.
Okay, then you know what? You're right. That's a great thing that happened.
It was really fun.
Yeah, hopefully they made some money on that tour. Because it wasn't off of you guys.
Well, if they get a cut of those alcohol sales.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
I think that drink was like $20.
Oh, that's a lot of money.
I was like, how did I spend?
Whoa.
I looked at my thing. I'm like, how did I spend like $60?
Boy, somebody should really do a few other things to you with that drink. I mean, seriously, for $20?
Yeah.
Damn. It's a lot of money for a drink.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It was delicious.
Okay, I hope so.
Not $20 a drink delicious, but it was delicious.
You pick the topic. You guide the show. It's Listeners on the Loose. Call us. Text us 206-803-ROCK. Or if you call us and text at 935 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
I'm Snoop Dogg, and I'm giving up smoke. I know what you're thinking. Snoop, smoke is kind of your whole thing. But I'm done with it. I'm done with the coughing and my clothes smelling all funky. I'm going smokeless. Solo stove, fix 5. They took out the smoke. Now you can have a nice blaze without any clouds ruining your day. Go smokeless. Go to solostove.com. Tell them Big Snoop Dogg sent you.
Dealing with an accident and injury claim can be overwhelming. Let Phillips Law Firm fight for you. We understand the pain and suffering, and we're here to guide you through. Call 1-800-JUSTICE today for a free case review, or visit justiceforyou.com and let Phillips Law Firm help you on the road to recovery.
Lovers, your local lingerie and adult store has gifts of pleasure for partners who know it's nice to be naughty. Turn up the heat this holiday when you shop at any Lovers store. Let our knowledgeable team help you select the best pleasure presents and save 20% on your purchase with Lovers Afterglow rewards. Just mention Love 20 at one of our 18 Western Washington locations. Offer valid with free Lovers Afterglow rewards membership until December 31st. Some exclusions apply.
Deep underground, the Jelly Belly factory, BB is in her secret laboratory creating the weird and wild flavors of Bean Boozled.
I started again.
Is it pomegranate or old bandage? Dare to compare. Bean Boozled, 6th edition. Are you brave enough?
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. It's Listeners on the Loose. 206-803-ROCK, the number to call, the number to text. Dolan in Covington, you are on The Rock.
Hola.
Hola, Dola. Don't forget the Men's Room Afternoons right here in The Rock. What you got for us, buddy?
All right, so for your previous topic, I worked at a prison years ago. I was in a unit and we had a bunch of inspections coming in. Now, if we did really good in these inspections, they wouldn't come back as often if we did badly, they'd come back very soon. So we were very much impressed to make a good impression so that we could not have inspectors on our back 24/7.
Makes sense.
So in came this lady I hadn't met before. Seemed very obvious she must have been part of the inspection team. So I go up, I make my introduction, start showing her around. And you ever just like be way smoother than you think you ought to be? Like sometimes you just slip into the zone.
Oh, so is it somebody who you were like, oh, hey, maybe I'd like to be a little flirtatious with you, and you think you're the guy?
I thought I was the guy. I don't know what happened, but I was smoother than the cream cheese being spread over a bagel. I was having rapport. I was witty bantering. There was something on her jacket, so I pulled it off and like lightly caressed her. I don't know what happened, but I was in the smoothest I've ever been in my entire life. So she's there for about 5-10 minutes, and she leaves, and someone comes out and points out that was our new associate warden, basically the vice president of the prison.
I mean, it's great if you can get the vice president of the prison to be your buddy, but then again,
Just don't offer to ask her, hey, can you clean my unit?
Yeah, that's not going to work.
As a euphemism.
Yeah, no. Oh, man. So, Anything ever happen, or was that just like you? For every time you saw her after that, you're like, I'm so sorry.
I was the most professional. I was all up on my P's and Q's. I was very afraid of being fired and or possibly embarrassingly promoted, but I wasn't sure which one. I didn't want to try and find out.
Yeah, I don't blame you. That's awesome, man. That does.
Was there ever like? Oh no, I was going to ask. Was there ever like a big prison takeover attempt?
Oh,
I
jeez.
watched so many movies.
That's a hell of a question. Dolan, call us back with that. Yeah,
you just never know. Like, you hear those stories. Does it ever really happen?
Damn. I would be. I don't think I would work for the prison again if that ever happened.
No.
Yeah, because I mean, it's like they're all hell, bro. That's it.
First, you'd have to work at a prison, BJ. I can't ever see you doing that either.
Yeah, you're right. That's not going to happen. That's probably because I'm afraid of a big prison break.
Yes.
I don't need that. 206-803-ROCK, the number to call, the number to text. Yeah, Dolan, call us back if you're listening, because I'd like to know the answer to that myself. Let's go to Lynn in Seattle. Lynn, you are on the Rock.
I have a very crazy story on how I saved money going to a popular concert.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
Because Steve saved a pretty good amount of money himself this KISS show.
Does it involve miniskirts and fishnets? If it does, I don't think it's going to help us.
Oh, yeah, good point.
So back in 2018, I spent $800 to go to the VIP party pit section of Justin Timberlake.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And the concert was going to be in November of 2018. November comes around and he cancels the concert due to bruised vocal cords, but reschedules it for February. February comes around and we have this huge snowstorm and the concert is canceled indefinitely.
I remember that.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize
he
was
canceled
canceled
twice. My wife is still mad about it.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I did get a refund, and I was looking around to see if he was still going to do more concerts for the tour, and he was. And so I looked up since I was a teacher, I looked up a concert during spring break, so I didn't have to take time off.
All right.
And he had a concert in Michigan, in Cedar Rapids, and the ticket for the VIP party pit was only $200.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize they had cheaper prices depending on where you go. That's interesting.
I didn't either.
So Cedar Rapids, $200 in the pit. Seattle, $800. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, they must just fluctuate based on people's economy.
With the plane ticket and the hotel and then the concert tickets, it was less than $100 or less than $800.
Wow.
You have to go to scenic Michigan.
Yeah, I'm going to have to remember that. You know what, Lynn, thanks for that. I didn't realize that. I just always thought it was a flat rate for stuff like that.
I think once upon a time it was, but I know that they kind of flex things now. Like they when tickets are more in demand, the ticket prices go up. And
wow,
yeah,
$200. That's a deal.
Oh yeah, it's a great deal.
VIP
place. It's sad to say that that's a great deal, but these days it is.
Yeah, for $200.
I mean, sometimes you can't even get in like the 200, 300 section to see a band perform for $200.
Yeah.
Which is stupid.
Guess who's back?
Who's that?
Dolan he's got the prison answer for you.
Oh, right
He's
on.
here.
Yeah, Dolan, you ever have like a bunch of prisoners try and take over?
You know, it's happened in history. A few years before I joined, there was the Cuban riots back in the mid-'90s. And like they burned half the place down. They tore it up, and it was known that the guards who were jerks, they left with broken arms. The guards that were decent and respectful, like they got to, hey man, you might want to grab your lunch bag and get out of here in the next 3 minutes. So
oh wow,
there was a few times it got real bad, and like we had to lock everything down because they started trying stuff. And like I was never a dick. I was respectful. I was to the line, but like you had to meet them where they're at. So there was a few times, like, it was like, we locked them down for like 4 or 5 days. There's fights wherever they were trying to do stuff. And they're like, hey, man, why don't you take next Monday off and we get out of these cells? I'm like, crap.
Oh,
it's going to be one of those days.
Boy, that's nice that they give you the warning, though. I hope I would be that kind of guard. I would be the guard that hopefully they would tell me to take the day.
No. They'd be like, hey, man.
Oh, no.
Stick around. We're about to perform a show for you, BJ.
We got a big party for you, BJ. It's going to be great.
This could be a stupid question, maybe wishful thinking that you have a story for this, and you might not. But was there ever someone who attempted to escape and it was the most like just embarrassingly stupid attempt?
I did hospital transport sometimes, and sometimes they'd try and be slick, or you've got guys, who watched a movie with some like B-tier wrestler who tried to be an actor and that never worked out. So he tried to fake a medical emergency, go to the hospital, and you see he's like straining, and you're like, dude, just draw me a picture where this works out for you, man. You're not the guy. I am the guy currently. I've got 2 buddies with me. I'm sorry, but this is just not going to happen the way you think this is going to happen.
Oh, that's great. How about you basically just go, dude, you can't pull this off. Don't even try.
I saw that movie too, buddy. Let's pump the brakes.
That has to be the saddest prison break attempt when even the guards turn around and go, dude, we're not even going to pay attention to you. You're that bad. I mean, you're not going to make it. That's awesome. Dolan,
right on, Dolan. Thanks
appreciate
for calling
it, buddy.
back.
That is so cool. 206-803-ROCK, the number to call, the number to text. Let's go to Al in Virginia, listening on the Odyssey app, AUDACY. Al, you're on the Rock.
Hey, what's cracking, guys?
You are, buddy. What you got?
Hey, man, so I heard you talking about, like, the whole prison guard situation.
And so Steve is fascinated because of the movies he's seen. He wants to know all the dirt about the prison breaks, the escapes, all of this stuff, the riots.
Well, let me share a little something with you.
All right.
I was an Albuquerque police officer.
I'm so sorry you had to be in Albuquerque with that horrible pizza and Danny V.
Wow.
Yeah.
I heard they served that pizza to the prisoners to torture them.
But I'll tell you what, I also had friends and family members who worked in the prisons as corrections officers, and for the life of me, I would never be a prison guard.
Really? So you were a cop for 10 years, which we know how tough that job can be. And even that, you're like, nope, I'll take that over being a prison guard.
Yes, because when I'm a police officer, I arrest you, I take you to jail, I'm done. I wipe my hands clean. Once they go to prison and they're sentenced, they're sentenced to life. They've got nothing to lose.
Oh.
And so when a friend of mine went to work in the prison, his trainers would point out to inmates and say, hey, see that guy? Don't mess with him. He'll kill you. Don't mess with him. He'll kill you. Yeah,
you're
They've
right.
got nothing to lose.
Wow. Okay. I guess I'm not going to be a prison guard anymore.
I've been here at work. I remember one of our promotions people told us about Greg and Sale. He's like, don't talk to him.
That's true. He's got nothing to lose.
He's got nothing to lose.
He's got nothing to lose.
He's working with you guys.
It's the worst that's ever happened to him. All right, we have a big question that has to be answered. We took care of the questions about prison breaks and whether or not you want to be a prison guard. Now this big question. What do Ryan Castle and Kevin Bacon have in common? I'm going to tell you at 9:50 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW. And now, the Ryan Castle question of the day.
What do Ryan Castle and Kevin Bacon have in common?
I am an exceptional dancer.
I've seen it.
Yeah.
Exceptional is one way to describe it.
I can do the Cabbage Patch. I can do the Running Man. I can do the lawnmower. I can back up the bus. I mean, you name it, dude. I got them all. Sprinkler.
Yeah.
Well, that's a whole different story.
Yeah. I think we call that the rainbird in some circles.
Yeah, Steve loves my sprinkler.
And your illegal dance moves, according to the texters.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys saw this. I think it's, slightly ironic. Let's see if Alanis puts this in her song. In a recent interview, Kevin Bacon said that he's officially sworn off bacon.
I'm just annoyed from people wanting to offer him bacon stuff.
I don't know. I wonder, boy, that would be great if that happened to me. I would change my name to Bacon in a heartbeat.
Yeah, so is Kiera Sedgwick.
Yeah, he's like, I no longer eat goat and I no longer eat pig.
Who eats goat?
Dude, goat is the most consumed animal on the planet.
So good.
Really? Yeah. Who's doing goat? Not me.
Wait a second.
Like the rest of the world.
Yeah. Oh, really? We're goatless in Seattle, and we should be all goated.
When's the last time you ate goat?
About a month ago.
In what kind of form? Like
you
a
remember
goat
that
meat
time
sandwich?
He was nibbling on Tom Brady.
Places in the world like, I don't know, India where they don't eat cows.
Yeah.
Goat cow.
I'm talking about Ryan Castle and Danny V.
Yeah.
Oh, I've had some mutton chops, but then I grew a whole beard.
Yeah, you did. Okay, I take exception to this entire thing.
Goat sausage? Goat wings?
Goat curry. Goat head soup.
How about a goat 12-pack?
There you go.
There we go. Got that coming up next.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. Here's another question from a listener. I have a mountain of credit card bills and consumer debt. Can I still keep my house if I file bankruptcy?
Yes, you almost always can keep your home and your house, your car in a bankruptcy. Depending on what type of bankruptcy you file, would depend on whether or not, for example, you can keep your vehicles if you have payments on them still. You can almost always keep your home if you're current on the payments on your home, even in full bankruptcy. In Chapter 13, you can also keep those items. If you're behind on your house, you could catch your house payments up in a Chapter 13, take off a second mortgage in a Chapter 13. So keeping your primary assets like a home and car is almost always possible in bankruptcy.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. And thanks for listening.
I'm Snoop Dogg, and I'm giving up smoke. I know what you're thinking. Snoop, smoke is kind of your whole thing. But I'm done with it. I'm done with the coughing and my clothes smelling all funky. I'm going smokeless. Solo stove, fixed 5. They took out the smoke. Now you can have a nice blaze without any clouds ruining your day. Go smokeless. Go to solostove.com. Tell them Big Snoop Dogg sent you.
Lovers, your local lingerie and adult store has gifts of pleasure for partners who know it's nice to be naughty. Turn up the heat this holiday when you shop at any Lovers store. Let our knowledgeable team help you select the best pleasure presents and save 20% on your purchase with Lovers Afterglow rewards. Just mention Love 20 at one of our 18 Western Washington locations. Offer valid with free Lovers Afterglow rewards membership until December 31st. Some exclusions apply.
Dealing with an accident and injury claim can be overwhelming. Let Phillips Law Firm fight for you. We understand the pain and suffering, and we're here to guide you through. Call 1-800-JUSTICE today for a free case review, or visit justiceforyou.com and let Phillips Law Firm help you on the road to recovery.
Killers of the Flower Moon is now on digital.
Oh my God.
From director Martin Scorsese, Leonardo DiCaprio, Robert De Niro.
You got one more chance. I'm coming after you, son.
Killers of the Flower Moon. Buy it now on digital.